unlikely to three-peat. And if they do, in many ways, it will be even more impressive than Tom Brady winning 7 Super Bowls over his 23-year career. All the great dynasties were pulled apart by something, players getting older, egos, and more recently, managing the salary cap. If the Chiefs jump all those hurdles, they stand alone at the top of the mountain. I'm Maggie Gray.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Right now at Wendy's, get 2 of these fave items for just $7. The spicier classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. It's an incredible deal, but an insanely difficult choice. Do you go double chicky sando, both spicy and classic, 1 beefy and 1 chicky? Or maybe you go all in on one and go Nug Max. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Select a request 2 for $7 deal to redeem. Not valid in a combo or with salty nugs. Single item at a regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Right now, get up to a $15 gift card after rebate when you purchase select Superstart batteries exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance. 687-8200.
Fires the ball down the middle. Jason Swain.
It's time to kick off 3 hours of fair and honest discussions that go beyond the headlines of today's sports news.
And for a Tennessee touchdown.
From the Budweiser studios of 99.1 The Sports Animal, here are a couple of guys with over 30 years of combined knowledge of Tennessee sports. Here's Josh and Swain.
Good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you on a game day. Tennessee will play basketball tonight at home against Missouri. 3rd straight game at home. Tennessee looking to build off an impressive showing against Florida this past weekend. A win that helped vault Tennessee back into the top 5 of the rankings and in a position where Tennessee is being talked about as a potential number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. We'll talk about what happened last night in the SEC, what might happen tonight at the Food City Center when Tennessee hosts Missouri. 7 o'clock tip-off on the SEC Network. We'll have all network coverage beginning at 6:30. We invite you to join us today. You can call or text at 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. We'll talk Tennessee and SEC football today as well. We're getting closer to the Super Bowl. Coming up on Sunday, the Eagles and the Chiefs. Jason Swain, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, man. Have you been grocery shopping for the Super Bowl party at the Wards?
Yeah.
Did you get all the Capri Suns and Lunchables for the party over there?
Yeah.
All right. We'll be there.
My kids like grapes.
Well, who doesn't like grapes?
Yeah, grapes are terrific.
Yeah, man. We got a whole bag of them at the house, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just easy snack. All right, grapes for the Super Bowl party at the Wards. It's settled.
Okay. Come on over.
I'm good, man. It's game day. I love a Tennessee game day.
Tennessee has to win tonight.
Yeah, Josh, Tennessee has to win tonight. Where'd you come up with that?
Well, it's really kind of a preposterous idea in basketball because you can win, you can lose, and you can go up, you can go down, back and forth. You don't want to turn around after that huge win on Saturday and lose at home tonight against Missouri. Missouri's a good team, top 15 team coming into Knoxville.
Well, you definitely got to win tonight because Joe Lunardi just put Tennessee as a number 1 seed after Tennessee was a number 2 seed for a couple of games. It's been a up and down stretch of a couple of weeks, going from the number 1 seed, number 1 team, in the country, and then losing 3 out of 4, getting blown out by Florida by 30, coming back beating them. But just an up and down couple of weeks. You've had Zakai Ziegler go out. That was a big scare. He's now healthy, ready to go. All that happened, you're still able to beat Florida at home by 20 with 7 scholarship players, putting you back in the top 5 as a ranked team at number 4. You just can't lose this one after getting that recognition and love. It's kind of like teacher emailing a parent. Just want to say your kid is being good, he or she is awesome, and then the next day the kid goes to school and gets in trouble. Like, you can't get in trouble after getting a compliment. You can't do that. You can't go out there and lose if you're Tennessee after being complimented by Joe Lunardi, after getting the number 4 ranking in the AP poll. You got to win tonight. Just have to do it.
Yeah, and after playing the way Tennessee did defensively, the effort that fans were able to witness on their home court, you can't turn around and mess around, let Missouri come in and knock down outside shots and still a win on your home court.
Can't
do it.
Can't do it. So I'm anxious to see how this offense will be with Zakai Ziegler back in the lineup. What did he learn from his time being out, and what difference are we going to see? That's what I'm paying close attention to. I know what the defense is going to look like. It's looked the same way for the last couple of years. There's a standard. Offensively, it could be a surprise sometimes from night to night. But seeing how Tennessee was able to win against Florida without Zakai Ziegler, I want to see how they play with him now.
What happened in Kentucky?
Tennessee broke Kentucky, Josh.
Is that right?
That's what happened.
Okay.
Tennessee broke Kentucky. Tennessee was Kentucky's Super Bowl.
Okay.
I can prove this theory.
Okay.
Do you want the proof?
Yes. Yes, I do.
They say that proof is in the pudding.
That's typically where you find it.
I'm about to go up inside the pudding. I'm going to get the proof. I'm going to show you.
Okay.
All right, here it is.
Okay, so Tennessee broke Kentucky. Jason Swain's going to explain how.
And Tennessee was Kentucky's Super Bowl.
Okay.
All right, I'm going in the pudding.
Okay.
Is Super Bowl the last game of the season, typically?
Typically, yeah.
Okay. So after the Super Bowl, there's no more football for that season.
That does it for that season. Yeah.
So
they're going to play the Super Bowl this Sunday, and there will not be another game for this season after it.
So the Eagles players and the Chiefs players, they don't have to worry about playing the next week, right?
That's right.
That's the final game. They're done.
Leave it all out there on the field this Sunday because this is it.
They're done, right?
That's it. Done.
How many games has Kentucky won since they played Tennessee?
They haven't won any. They lost last night to Ole Miss, lost by 14. It really wasn't that close. And they lost at home this past weekend to Arkansas.
See, Kentucky played their Super Bowl and won their Super Bowl against Tennessee. And since then, they haven't played. They thought that was the season. They thought it was over.
Yeah.
They haven't won a game since.
They haven't.
Tennessee was the peak for them. They beat Tennessee, and I guess the season doesn't matter anymore to those guys because it was all about beating Tennessee. Hence, we are their Super Bowl.
All right.
See that?
Well, that explanation makes a lot of sense to me. So last week when Kentucky came to Knoxville and won, Tennessee broke the Kentucky Wildcats
in the process.
I didn't hear anything about the parade in Lexington. Because I'm sure there was a parade after they beat Tennessee.
Yeah, probably.
They're sure acting like it right now. Hung over from the parade.
Must be.
Getting beat by 20 on the road to Ole Miss.
They got whipped up on last night.
I mean, it was like, Ole Miss had like 24 assists and 1 turnover. Kentucky don't know how to play defense.
No. Kentucky they've lost now 4 or 5.
That one game.
That one game, the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl for them.
So that was pretty good by you. I'm on board. Tennessee broke Kentucky last week. Florida bounced back and beat Vanderbilt at home 86-75. Auburn beat up on Oklahoma 98-70
Yeah.
in the SEC last night.
Yeah. Auburn's clearly the best team in the country.
They're pretty good. They're 21-1, 9-0 in the SEC.
Like, it kind of looked like the Harlem Globetrotters out there playing against, what's the other team called?
The Generals?
The Generals, yeah. It kind of looked like that at some points of the game last night. But, yeah, you learn something new on Josh and Swain. You can actually break a team that you lose to.
That's kind of a chess move by Tennessee.
Pretty clever stuff, man. It's pretty clever. So
Yep.
now we're going to go to Rupp here in a couple days and do the same thing to them as what Arkansas did to them, hopefully.
But that won't be Tennessee's Super Bowl.
Nah, that'd be just another game.
Regular season
we used
game.
to play in Kentucky. It ain't a big deal.
Yeah, that's next Tuesday when Tennessee will play at Rupp.
Yeah, it's just another game for us.
Yeah, that's rematch week for Tennessee. Tennessee will play at Rupp next Tuesday, and then Saturday, February 15th, host Vanderbilt.
You know, Josh, over the last 4 or 5 years, Tennessee has won more games in the SEC than any other team in the conference. So it's just another game for us. I mean, we've stacking up those Rupp wins, no problem. But they are stacking up Food City wins too.
Tennessee will look to do that tonight, add another win against Missouri. What about fried pickles for your Super Bowl platter? Fried pickle guy?
Why would I want that?
Well, it's a pretty popular finger food item.
I mean, it ain't bad, but there's just other things that are better.
Okay.
Like a ton of things that you can fry that's better than fried pickles. Again, it's not terrible, it's not bad, but it's not high on the priority list.
Yeah, what's your go-to fried food item for kind of like a tray finger food type serving?
Josh, you know that answer?
What's the answer?
Wings.
I feel like that's a separate category.
It's fried. You eat with your fingers. It's definitely in your category.
It's right in the category.
It's like dead in the middle of your category, Josh.
Check off every box for the
every
for the
box.
wings.
Every box. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Like I said, like fried pickles they okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, get the menu ready for Sunday. Get ready for Tennessee against Missouri tonight. Join us by calling or texting at 865-656-9900. Do you expect Tennessee to bounce back, take care of business tonight? The Vols will host Missouri tonight and then get ready to play at Oklahoma on Saturday. We'll continue the conversation. We'll talk more Tennessee and SEC football this afternoon as well. Austin Price of VolQuest will join us a little more than an hour from now. We'll talk to him at 1:15. We'll talk to you along the way as well. Next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward on Josh and Swain.
Free on the radio, free on the app, free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
Low T Center is not your typical doctor's office, fellas. Their physicians specialize in treating low T with testosterone replacement therapy. So, if you're feeling tired, lacking motivation and drive, notice weight gain, or loss of muscle mass, it's time to get your level checked. You can do that with Low T Center. It's a simple test. In their on-site lab, you can get your results back right there. They have over a decade of experience helping patients. And very important, their personal treatment plans are optimized for each patient. These are not standard basic treatments. You can get your health evaluated for treatment with prescription GLP-1 weight loss medications as well. And for current patients, Low T Center is offering you a $150 referral credit for each new patient that you refer. So bring a friend. Let's get you back to your best, though. First thing is to go to the website. That is lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This has been a paid announcement.
Is your furry friend a little too friendly when it comes to your neighbors? Tennessee Deck and Fence can help. We're your local fencing experts, offering beautiful, high-quality fences to secure your property as well as keep your pets safe. Our fences come in a variety of styles to match your home, and our expert installers are going to get the job done quickly and professionally. So call Tennessee Deck and Fence today, 865-304-0955, or visit them, TennesseeDeckandFence.com, for a free, no-pressure appointment. Tennessee Deck and Fence. We build strong fences for strong families.
Join Tyler and Will this Friday afternoon at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge and save thousands. This Friday afternoon, starting at 3 at Oak Ridge Nissan with Tyler and Will in 99.1, the Sports Animal.
New year, new kitchen. Is 2025 finally the year you put the heart of your home first? Hey, it's Heather Harrington. You will never regret creating the kitchen of your dreams with the team at Kitchen Sales. I know because I live in my dream kitchen every single day. We had an old, cramped kitchen with a formal dining room that was never being used. The Kitchen Sales team came in and transformed our space, creating one big room, moving some existing cabinetry to a new location to create a coffee bar, and we hung on to much-needed storage. Then they installed my favorite part of our new kitchen, our 11 by 4 foot island. It has seating and storage on both sides. Now I can cook dinner while overseeing homework. Kitchen Sales can make your space more beautiful and functional for your home. They've got 2 great locations, Hoyt Avenue in downtown, just off Cherry Street, or out west near Best Buy off Peters Road. And online at kitchensales.net. Build your dream space with the team at Kitchen Sales.
This has been a paid announcement.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Paid for by Estella's Pharma.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Fair, honest sports conversation from 2 guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Quick internet search, Swain. Wings, very popular on Super Bowl Sunday. Not a big surprise there. And then different chips and dip.
You need to search that. You need to Google that, Josh. Where have you been?
I've been around.
Okay.
I don't get invited to Super Bowl parties very often.
Well, you won't.
Right.
With those takes.
Right. But Evan says you should try smoked shotgun sales, #1 finger food. Jalapeno poppers came up. Pigs in a blanket. And then always trusty the nachos.
Always. Sliders.
Sliders are good.
Can't go wrong with sliders. Nice finger food. I did that a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm.
Does pizza count or is pizza trying too hard? You use your hands.
It's a finger food.
Okay.
Yeah. It's easy, too. It's real easy. Any kind of sandwich, hot dog, whatever. Like, it's still a finger food.
Okay.
Eat it with your hands. I mean, it's not small, but...
Right. You have to use a lot of fingers.
I guess you got to put it in the same category. You could.
You know what has not been easy? College football getting a fix on this fake injury situation. Still trying to get it figured out. But maybe they're getting closer.
I mean, I like some of the recommendations, some of the ideas when we last talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Making a player sit out their entire drive. I mean, I hate that you have to do that because you do have legitimate injuries, but the fake injuries have gotten to the point where it's time to do something about it.
So that appears to be the trending fix, as later this month, the NCAA Football Rules Committee will gather, and they'll have their annual meeting to discuss potential changes. Overtime timeouts is a topic that will be covered. The Georgia Tech game, Kirby Smart was going to make sure those overtime timeouts got used. Replay challenging, a lot of different topics to cover. The topic of feigning injuries is going to be one of the main points, and what has been discussed last month at the American Football Coaches Association convention, there's a small committee of coaches that did come up with the idea that a player removed from a game due to injury must sit out the rest of that drive. If the team trainers and doctors clear the player to return on that drive, the team can use a timeout to get the player back into the game if they have sat out at least one play. The rule would not apply to players injured by a hit that results in a penalty. So there would be that caveat. So there's a targeting that knocks a player out. That player would not be subject to having to sit out the entire drive because the targeting would have been the cause of the player having to come out of the game for however many players however many plays the player would have missed. Now, there has been pushback as well. As you would expect, I'm reading the story at The Athletic that Chris Vanini wrote, and one pushback has involved, can you guess which position?
Defensive line.
No, quarterback. What if the quarterback has to go out? Why does our quarterback have to sit the entire drive if he's cleared to return? Because a quarterback is not likely to fake an injury, so it would be real. It's funny that that's part of the explanation. Well, he wouldn't be faking. Somebody else would fake. But what if a quarterback goes out but is cleared to come back in after however many plays? That's too big of a loss, coaches are arguing. So one response to that has been, well, maybe the player that has the green dot is not subject to the rule because that player is unlikely to fake. So that player, if it's the linebacker on defense or the quarterback on offense, he would not be subject to the entire drive having to sit out if he leaves because of injury. So players who are knocked out due to penalty or players who are responsible for on-field coach-to-player helmet communication could be exempt from the entire drive of a player having to sit out. By the way, this is all still a conversation because the coaches who are having these conversations and arguing about who should have to sit and who shouldn't are the ones instructing their players to fake injuries in the first place.
Just messed up a really good thing, man. Like, all you had to do is just play football the way the game was intended to be played. Just play it with a little bit of honor and integrity. That's it. But now here we are. There's going to be players who really get hurt, and can come back in a couple plays.
Yeah, it happens.
It happened to me.
You bang knees on a play.
Yeah. You
need to come off the field for a couple of plays, but after that amount of time, you can be good to go back in.
Well, the thing is, you bang knees and you're hurt, you still got your other knee. You can hop off. But, what if in that moment, the shock does not allow you just to hop off? You need a minute. You go down and you think it's something else.
Yeah.
And you need a minute, and they stop play, you go out, and then, you realize, you're okay. You go into the tent, they check you out, everything is good, and, your team is in the middle of a 7-play drive or whatever, and you're in the red zone, and you are an important player. You can go back out there. Oh, no, you can't. You cannot go back out there.
Not unless the team has a timeout that it's willing to use to put you back in the game.
That stinks, man. I don't like that.
What has been tried so far to this point in 2022, the Rules Committee created the reporting and investigation process where teams could submit questionable plays to Steve Shaw, who would review it and talk with the conferences about potential punishments. And you might recall in the middle of this past season, Greg Sankey sent a stern memo to his schools outlining fines and punishments for schools believed to be faking injuries. There had been a lot of talk about what Ole Miss was doing. So Ole Miss had to release a statement in October saying it was in contact with Shaw and the SEC office and providing medical information.
Did they deny it, though?
Well, see, here's the other thing, is there's never really been any kind of public confirmation. So what Sankey did not work, in my opinion, because there was supposed to be public punishment for anybody that was caught faking injuries. And I don't recall any public reprimand that took place. I can guarantee you some injuries were still feigned after that memo went out. And in the story from The Athletic, they showed a specific play as reason to believe that Sankey's memo was ineffective. It was a play from a nationally televised game. Do you know which team was used?
Ole Miss.
No.
Not Tennessee.
Tennessee is, in fact, the answer.
Oh, damn.
It was the Tennessee-Georgia game with Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler on the call. And Omar Norman Lott is the player that is down on the field. They show the replay, say, okay, well, let's see what happened here. And they show him trotting up the field, looking over at the sideline, and then falling and laying flat on his back. And they say, oh, okay, there. Yep, there it is. And it was there for all to see. So the play in this story that was cited as an example of faking injuries after Greg Sankey's memo went out was Omar Norman Lott, Tennessee's standout defensive lineman in the Georgia game.
You know what's crazy is, like, that's not typically what we do on defense, okay?
Thank you for that caveat.
And so the moment they send the memo out, right afterwards, that's when we do it, really? I told you about the example earlier in the show about you don't want to act up at school the next day after your teacher sends home a good report to your parents the previous day. Timing is everything. Terrible. Terrible. Hey, I would say you have to make the penalty so severe that it would discourage coaches from doing it. But there are coaches that have gotten show causes because of breaking rules, even though they knew that they would get a show cause if they broke those rules and did it anyways. There are crimes that people are still committing in everyday life, and the penalties are so severe, and they still commit them anyway. So I can't sit here and say that the rules need to be so tough that it will discourage coaches from doing it, because I don't think it will.
I've been skeptical to this point. I still want to see how this plays out. Several messages in the text box are accurately pointing out that you don't really see offensive players faking injuries. You're seeing defensive players most often do it to try to slow down the opposing offense. The offense is most likely going to want to keep up momentum if it's having success.
I mean, offensive players could do it if you don't have any timeouts.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But it's true that we most often see the issue on defense, but they can't make the rule defense only. You can't say, well...
I mean, they already do with targeting.
That part's true. But they can't say, well, if a defender goes down with an injury, he's done for the drive. What about an offense player? No, he's fine. They can't do that. So it's going to have to apply to both sides, and then if they do the green dot rule, the helmet communication, that allows you a player on each side of the ball.
Yeah.
But the biggest issue is that this has gone on too long. We've been having this conversation for years now. Remember that Tennessee Ole Miss game? It was 2021.
Yeah. Because you kicked the can down the road.
Yeah.
And it's sad because the Rules Committee should have learned a lesson from Mark Emmert in the NCAA about kicking something down the road that should be addressed when it's supposed to be. And you look at the state of college athletics, it's why we're in the position that we're in, because you kicked it down the road. Well, fake injuries have been going on for years and years and years, and here it is, 2025, and we saw it in Josh Heupel's first season when Tennessee and Ole Miss played. And it was going on both sides, which is why when I was at the game, I left in the third quarter because I didn't want to see it anymore. And I miss the golf balls and the mustard balls being thrown because I left the game. I couldn't watch it anymore. It was dreadful watching both sides fake injuries, honestly. And so they kicked the can down the road. And here we are in 2025. More teams are doing it. It's more blatant than ever. And now you want to do something about it. Should have did it years ago.
By the way, so you claim you left early that night?
Yes.
That's exactly what somebody would say if they might have been the person that was throwing the mustard bottles and golf ball.
I wasn't even sitting on Ole Miss's side. I wouldn't do something like that.
Okay.
I wouldn't do something like that.
Matt says the offense gets to come back as soon as they're cleared. Defense has a 3 or 4 play minimum. They have to sit. We're always trying to help the offense.
Yeah, I mean, defense players can't even hit the offensive players without getting banned from the game and have to sit out half of the next game. Like, remember they told you, targeting, lower your helmet. It's going to be called on offense too. How many times have we seen a running back lower his head, initiate contact with the defensive player, and nothing is called versus the offensive player? Like, we see that every game. Every game, it's never called on the offense. So, yeah, defense, they get the short end of the stick all the time.
They do. The other thing you could run into is a player trying to play through when he might need to come off the field to get checked out, but it's borderline, and he doesn't want to have to miss the entire drive, so he tries to play through. Then you could run into a player safety issue.
Man, start threatening some scholarships. That'll clean it up for the coaches.
I thought public shaming might work, but they never publicly shamed anyone.
Do that too. Public shame, scholarships. That would probably hurt coaches more than anything. You know, coaches got egos. Coaches got egos, man. If you call them out, boy, remember last time we had one coach call out another coach? Nick Saban called out Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo Fisher called a press conference. He has some things on his chest. He said, what?
Talk to God.
He said, what? I need a press conference. I'm defending myself. So, yeah, public shaming, I think, would be beneficial.
What do you think? 865-656-9900. You have a fix to the faking injuries issue that continues in college football. We continue on Josh and Swain. 865-656-9900 to join us right here on 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com.
Great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Fourth-ranked Tennessee welcomes number 15 Missouri to Knoxville for a top 15 SEC showdown tonight. This will be Tennessee's 5th consecutive game against a top 15 opponent. The Vols are coming off a dominant win over Florida on Saturday. The Tigers are coming off a win over Mississippi State over the weekend. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on The Sports Animal. Other games in action tonight, number 24 Michigan welcomes Oregon at 6:30. Second-ranked Duke visits Syracuse at 7. Number 17 Memphis hosts Tulsa at 8 o'clock. Number 23 Illinois visits Rutgers at 8:30. In the NBA tonight, 7 o'clock, Hornets welcome the Bucks. Pistons host the Cavs. Hawks meet the Spurs. 7:30, Nets host the Wizards. Heat visit the Sixers. Raptors face the Grizzlies. Timberwolves take on the Bulls at 8. 9 o'clock, Jazz host the Warriors. Nuggets take on the Pelicans. Thunder face the Suns at 9:30. Kings meet the Magic at 10. NHL tonight, Bruins host the Rangers at 7. Blackhawks face the Oilers at 9:30. Kings meet the Canadiens at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Covenant Health Fitness Center, Kingston Pike, right off Pellissippi Parkway. When you sign up at Covenant Health Fitness Center, you're signing up month to month. They don't have any long-term contracts. They're going to continue to earn your membership. And your membership is going to include so many different options and so many different ways for you to hit your fitness goals. They have more than 85 group fitness classes that take place every single week. They keep the schedule updated for you so you know what classes are happening when. That's included in your membership. If you have a family membership, you have access to complimentary childcare. Is very handy for our family. And our kids love to go swimming. We take our kids swimming every week at Covenant Health Fitness Center. They have an indoor heated pool available to you 12 months out of the year. They have different sports programs as well as the classes that are taking place and all the equipment you need. Strength equipment, cardio equipment, an indoor track for walking, jogging, and running, all at Covenant Health Fitness Center. Remember, it's month to month when you sign up. Stop by Kingston Pike right off Pellissippi Parkway. Tell them the Sports Animal sent you to Covenant Health Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement.
Are you tired of battling the constant lack of energy day after day? What about what's going around that everyone's fighting? Hey, this is Karina. I'm an RN and I'd love to put the pep back in your step. It's time to visit Vital Hydration. Vital Hydration is the new way to feel better in no time. And we're now just off Level Road in West Knoxville to give you the energy you need in 1 hour. Visit us at 10932 Murdoch Drive or book your IV today at vitalhydrationknox.com. Vital Hydration will bring you back to where you want to be.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Show up early, cash out quarterly. The first 100 fans to show up for the big game Sunday get a free square for a chance to win a Twin Peaks gift card at the end of every quarter. Plus, every fan scores free fried pickles just for showing up. Contact Twin Peaks for more information on availability and offers.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Oh, can you smell it? Those Moonshine Mountain cookies baking fresh for that amazing taste unlike any other cookie that you've ever tried. Creamy chocolate chip, sea salted caramel toffee, white chocolate strawberry, and many, many more. Moonshine Mountain cookies, a unique blend of flour, rolled oats, and real butter, but never any added preservatives. Moonshine Mountain cookies make a great Valentine's gift or just a special treat for yourself. And they'll ship them to any special person anywhere in the country. Moonshine Mountain, locally owned, 3 stores here in Knoxville to serve you, West Hills, Farragut, and Fountain City. Moonshine Mountain Cookies also offers delicious cookie cakes. And they make their own incredibly creamy hand-scooped ice cream. Order your cookies for Valentine's today. MoonshineMountainCookies.com to ship. Or just drop by one of the 3 stores. It's more than cookies. It's dessert.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song. Get your max tax refund guaranteed, and new customers get $100 to switch. Don't miss the boat. Book an appointment with experts today. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Okay, perhaps not record high territory like we were on your Tuesday, and there's a lot more clouds, but we're still real warm on Wednesday at 67 degrees with isolated sprinkle during the daytime. Better chance of rain is overnight into the wee hours of Thursday morning, then a little cooler later this week, but still pleasant. From the WVLT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
It's Junk Be Gone's 20th anniversary celebration. This February, enjoy $20 off any full-service removal or driveway dumpster rental. Locally owned and operated, Junk Be Gone has proudly been the #1 junk removal company for the past 2 decades. Give them a buzz today.
The hottest sports stories of the day broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Jason Swain is here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. We get to say hello to Bill on Josh and Swain. Bill, thanks for calling in. Good afternoon. What's on your mind?
Good afternoon, guys. I'm a former college football coach, and I was at the convention back in the day when Miami was making a spectacle out of everything. And the coaches took it upon their own responsibility to clean this up. They weren't going to require officials to do it. And as a once famous college football coach once said, what you see is what you teach or fail to correct. This is on coaching staffs, and it's not just about these injuries. When you watch a college football game, inside the NCAA rulebook is a clear, uniform standard rule, and yet guys are out there wearing shorts. Guys are out there not wearing any pads. Their pads are not covering their knees. That's all being allowed by coaches. And in the old days, the referees used to go around before the game and check every single player to make sure they were in compliance with the uniform rules. Yep. So, again, I don't think players are going down without being told to go down, but who's supposed to be the adult in the room. And we don't need rules put in by officials to clean it up. We need coaches to be held responsible for their behavior.
That's true. You either coach it or you allow it. And I can definitely testify to what you're saying about officials. I mean, they used to go around checking us during warm-ups all the time. But if it benefits a coach to have a player fake an injury, like he's going to do it. Like he's going to do everything, anything to try to win.
Well, and I agree with that, but that's why there needs to be penalties enforced. Yeah. Making a player sit out is fine, too. I agree with that. But after a certain number, there should be a 15-yard penalty, or make it even more harsh that if you are ahead, the other team could potentially add time onto the clock, or if you are behind, the other team could potentially take time off the clock. You got to enforce the rules and leave it on the coaches to then have to make a really tough decision instead of right now what they're doing, which is teaching people very bad habits. And why don't we see it in the NFL?
That's a good point.
Yeah, because they have a standard that's not going to fly there. Bill, I totally agree with you. It's like recent conversations we've had about tampering. Coaches will go in front of the media and complain about tampering when they know that their schools or people on behalf of their school
doing the same thing,
are doing the exact same thing.
But, and again, I love watching college football, but it drives me crazy when I see the guys that are wearing shorts out there and not being in the proper uniform. And that's just a simple rule that they are failing. The coaches are allowing it, first off. The referees are looking the other way. And you got to clean this stuff up because that's why the games take so darn long. The NFL's got this thing figured out where a football game takes 3 hours and 10 minutes, and a college game takes 4 hours. And they're just ruining it by having all these antics out there. And similar to Miami, it's got to be cleaned up from within, not from the outside.
I think those are good points. Hey, Bill, thank you for calling in. We really appreciate it.
Well,
absolutely.
Well, I look at the fake injury rule or situation differently than the uniform rule and you know, guys looking like they're wearing shorts. Listen, if you want to wear shorts out there and you don't want to cover your knees up and you get popped on your knee and you hurt yourself, that's you, man. Like, the rule is put in place to protect you from you. It's kind of like seatbelt law. Like, I wear my seatbelt, but I think it's stupid law. Like, if you don't want to wear your seatbelt, cool. That's on you. But you're not hurting me if you don't wear your seatbelt. But obviously, you're safer if you wear your seatbelt. But if you don't want to wear your knee pads, that's your stupid fault. But the injury problem, that affects the other team. That's integrity. That is trying to get an advantage over a team. That's different to me than what you decide to wear. If you don't want to protect your knees, you don't want to protect your hips, you don't want to protect your thighs when you get hit, that's on you. You're not affecting anyone else. You're not endangering anyone else's safety. That's on you. Cool, whatever.
Quinshon Judkins, he was wearing shorts.
Hey,
out there for a
while. It worked for him.
Yeah, it did.
He never got hurt.
Let's say hello to Andrew on Josh and Swain. Andrew, good afternoon. What do you think?
Well, my ideal would be, let's take away the advantage of the fake injury, which is a timeout. So I think if there's an injured player on the field both teams should go to their side of the field on the hash marks. No coaches are allowed to talk to them. Nobody can be subbed in or subbed out. The only person that can be subbed in for is the injured player. The only people allowed to talk to the 22 players that's left on the field is the manager giving them water. And then a referee stands at each huddle where they're both at, and whenever the injured player goes off, he can come back in once he's cleared. But let's take away the advantage of an extra timeout.
Yeah, I've heard that idea. I think part of the issue, Andrew, you run into is that's adding something else for officials to have to enforce, and I don't think you're going to get coaches behind that.
Yeah, they barely can do their job now.
What else would the officials do during an injury timeout anyway? They're standing on the field. Just let them stand there, and if somebody comes walking up to the huddle on the field, just wave them off and turn off the communications to the helmet. No communications. You can't sub. Well, let's just take away the advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they would sign up for that. I mean, that doesn't really, like, I agree with you. Let's do it, but I don't think that really hurts the defense or will deter them from doing it again, because all they want is to line up. That's all they want. They're faking
Andrew,
the injury.
thanks for the call. We appreciate it.
They're faking the injury so their defense can line up and be prepared for the next play. That's all they want to do. And if you stop play and say, all right, coaches, you can't talk to the players, the player has to stay inside the hash marks and can't go to the sideline, then I think the defensive coaches will say, all right, cool, that's a trade-off. We'll continue to fake injuries.
Maybe you get 2 fake injuries per half. What about that?
How about how about 0? Yeah, how about 0? I mean,
and depending on how creative you are with selling the fake injury, you get another one back. Similar to like in the NFL when you challenge a call, you get your timeout back.
I think you should lose timeouts, or guys have to sit out the rest of the drive. That seems to be the only solution that makes sense. And unfortunately, it's going to penalize teams and players who are really, really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And just need 2 or 3 minutes, and they can come back into the game.
Because the one thing I hate trying to guess if a player is actually hurt, and I hate watching a player who appears to be hurt get booed.
Yeah, I hate that too.
In the middle of the game.
Yeah. Like,
I hated watching, I don't recall the opponent or what happened, but watching Cooper Mays trying to tell the crowd, hey, this one's real.
Yeah.
And
that was a bad look.
And that's all across the country.
Yeah, that's a bad look. When you have a player that gets up, looks to the sideline, and then go down, it's a dead giveaway.
Right.
Or you have a player get up and start to run, looks to the sideline and go down, it's a dead giveaway. Now, you can get up and think you can go but can't and fall back down.
Right.
But it's the looking over to the sideline trying to get confirmation is, I think, to me, a dead giveaway. It makes it obvious.
865-656-9900. Continue to invite your thoughts. What do you think? Share with us right here. You can call or text in to be a part of the show on Josh and Swain.
Listening to us on the air. Free. Listening on the app. Free. Listening on our website. Free. No subscription required. Just free sports talk.
Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, their professional experience and their trustworthy technicians will come into your house and leave it cleaner and better than they found it. True transparency pricing is what stands out also about Hiller. This means that they will line item what every part of the job is up front. So you, the homeowner, can easily understand what you're paying for and why. For example, itemizing parts and labor separately. There's no hidden fees, no added costs, no surprises when you get your bill. They don't just find things to fix. They only suggest repairs that you actually need. 100% satisfaction of the 100% of the happy you'll be or the service is free guarantee. So if you're not happy with the work performed, Hiller will make sure to make it right. Visit my friends online to learn more at happyhiller.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Citra SY 231049. Price 21,750 kicks. RL 583956. Price 1995. All offers with approved credit. Double offer up to $2,500 in the form of a discount.
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Hey, Tennessee, Scott Gropp for Oak Ridge Nissan, and love is in the air. Be our Valentine during our President's Day sale with deals like this.
Get up to $8,000 over Kelly Blue Book so we can pay your trade-off no matter what you owe. What, you want a lower payment? Okay.
Get into a Nissan Sentra or Nissan Kicks for $269 a month. Or how about interest rates as low as 0% APR? And for the month of February, Oak Ridge Nissan will double your down payment or double your tax return.
That's double crazy.
With deals like this, I should run for president. Don't be Cupid. Make that 10-minute drive and save thousands of dollars during Oak Ridge Nissan's President's Day sale. And that's why
you're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan. You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LOT to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LOT for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LOT for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Fellas, let's talk about getting back to your best. If you lack energy, muscle mass, or have low libido, it could be low testosterone. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer, and you'll find true experts at Low T Center. But guys are not all the same. Learn about the personalized treatment at Low T Center and the results you can expect with customized TRT. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 referral credit when you refer a new patient. So go to lowtcenter.com to book an appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Results may vary.
Does life feel heavy sometimes? Lay your burden down and give it to God. The Gathering Church is a community of believers who are not here to fix you, but to help you receive the love that God wants you to have. It's never too late. Jesus still saves, heals, delivers, prospers, and He cares for you. Prayer service at 9:30 a.m., teaching at 10:30. Visit online at thegatheringfamily.com, or better yet, come in person. All are welcome at The Gathering. You're not alone. You can make this place your home.
I'm Michael Jenkins here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Memphis is leading the way in the AAC and will put their 5-game winning streak on the line when they host Tulsa. The Tigers are 8-1 in conference play and one of the best defensive teams in college basketball. They're also the best three-point shooting team in the country, hitting 40% from long range. That combination should be enough to cover the double-digit spread. The play in college basketball tonight is taking Memphis at home over Tulsa. I'm Michael Jenkins from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books, and download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Short final segment of hour number one. Appreciate all the interaction. Appreciate this tip from Richard. Richard in the YouTube chat, you can watch us on Sports Animals YouTube channel today, said that I saw Swain with a Titleist and a mustard stain on his shirt the night Tennessee played Ole Miss in 2021. So we do have that tip from Richard. We'll look into it.
I left, went home, and when I got home, the game had been stopped. And so I'm watching it on TV. I thought I was going to miss the rest of the game. But I was prepared to miss it because at that point I was so disgusted. But I get home and there's a stoppage. And so I'm like, what just happened? So I actually missed all that stuff.
It was quite a scene. It was quite a scene in Neyland Stadium that night.
That's what I heard.
Craig in Knoxville. Now, I'm not aware of any of these allegations, but Craig says, why don't teams just do what we do? Fake an injury after the extra point. No impact on the game. Is Craig implying that some of those injuries the Tennessee has had the misfortune of dealing with after extra points they've not all been genuine? Hadn't heard that.
Craig, shh, hush.
Another text says, really hope the new rule change will go through on the fake injuries. I'm tired of seeing it happening. Don't have any problem with the players sitting on the sideline watching the game after faking. And the goal, of course, would be to keep players from faking injuries. Then that would just lead to players who did suffer injuries having to sit, some of whom would be able to come back, hence some of the pushback that will continue. But there will be a conversation later this month among coaches about what to do.
This rule will do one thing. That's promote toughness.
There you go.
You better play through that injury. Your team needs you.
Yeah, this will bring back some of the dirt regimen. Just rub a little dirt on it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you ever talk to an old school football player or old school football coach? They talk about how tough it used to be in their day.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't have water breaks in my day. That's not smart. We were tough. No, that sounds stupid. You can die. Well, one thing it's going to do is promote toughness.
Yeah. If
your leg about to fall off, you better get in there next play. Your team needs you, or you won't be able to play on this drive.
With my kids, when they fall, they have a little something happen. I tell them, hey, you're fine. You tried to instill the toughness, no crying. Maybe officials need to do that too. No, you're fine. Was his ankle going that way?
Get out. Can he play? That scene from Varsity Blues. Bud Kilmer.
Now,
Billy Bob is really hurt, Coach.
How many fingers am I holding up? Asking the wrong question. I don't think Coach Kilmer had player safety in mind. I don't think that was.
He did not.
Surely
care.
we can find an in-between
happy
from
medium.
Today's current situation.
Happy medium.
And what was going on during Varsity Blues. We'll come back. 2 hours to go. 865-656-9900 to join us on Josh and Swain.
Caller 5 right now to 656 wins. Qualifies in the Chill It and Grill It contest. You could win an awesome outdoor grill, a Yeti cooler, and a $100 gift card from Coors Light and 99.1 The Sports Animal. Caller 5 right now.
Hey guys, Trevor Bain here. When I'm on the racetrack, I always look for ways to go further, faster. And when it comes to banking, I need a checking account that does the same. The Rewards Checking from Southeast Bank pays me cash back with every debit card purchase over $10, gets me ACH deposits up to 3 days early, and has no monthly service fees, taking my wallet the extra mile. Rewards Checking from Southeast Bank. Checking that takes you further. Visit southeastbank.com or visit your nearest branch to open an account today.
Member FDIC, terms and conditions apply.
It's Nico time in Tennessee. Arval's team keeps tipping the win column. If you're looking for a tip in real estate, I'm Nick Nico with the Nico Real Estate team at Keller Williams, and I've got a tip for you. What's that tip? Now is the time. You may have been keeping an eye on interest rates, but with the right strategy, this shouldn't sideline your real estate goals. Like Arval's, you can still score big in today's market. The East Tennessee real estate market is one of the hottest in the nation. So let our local Vol professionals draw up the right play for you. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, let the Nico team find that slam dunk that you've been looking for. Call us at VOL 214-7066 or online at nicoteam.com. That's NICAUD team.com. Maximize your profits by selling high and buying low with our Nico know-how. It's the Nico team at Keller Williams. Go Vols and go Nico.
Good old East Tennessee, we know family, hard work, and helping your neighbors still means a lot. I'm Nick Whitehead with Whitehead Auto Sales in Alcoa and Knoxville. Our family-owned and operated business is celebrating our 20-year anniversary. Our pillars are those three items: family, hard work, and helping your neighbor. Experience the difference of why we've been voted #1 in Blount County for years now, and why we've expanded to Chapman Highway to help even more. Visit whiteheadautosales.com or come shake our hands for a deal you can't find anywhere else. 20 years from our family to yours at Whitehead Auto Sales.
Hey, Michael, what has Rachel been doing with her hair and complexion? She looks amazing.
Oh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
No, seriously, I want to know. My wife's been wanting to ask her.
All right, come with me. I'll show you the secret. There you go.
Aqua Clear Water Systems? That's the secret? I've been hearing about them. I see their trucks everywhere. Even my neighbors just got one. Was it easy to get installed?
Oh, yeah, and they did it in a few hours.
Is there much maintenance?
Nah, they take care of everything.
Can you tell a difference?
Yeah, immediately. I could never go back.
Did you have a good experience with them?
Oh, it was great. It's been the best home improvement we've ever done.
Anything you didn't like about it?
Only that we didn't get it sooner.
That would be a fabulous gift for my wife. I'm going to look them up. What's their website?
AquaClearWS.com. Here, let me write it down for you.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LOT to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LOT for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LOT for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website 991thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the balls play.
This is Maggie Gray with a Sports Minute. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are on the doorstep of making history if they can complete a three-peat. And if they do, in many ways it will be even more impressive than Tom Brady winning 7 Super Bowls over his 23-year career. All the great dynasties were pulled apart by something, players getting older, egos, and more recently, managing the salary cap. If the Chiefs jump all those hurdles, they stand alone at the top of the mountain. I'm Maggie Gray.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Right now at Wendy's, get 2 of these fave items for just $7. The spicier classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. It's an incredible deal, but an insanely difficult choice. Do you go double chicky sando, both spicy and classic, 1 beefy and 1 chicky? Or maybe you go all in on one and go Nug Max. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Select a request 2 for $7 deal to redeem. Not valid in a combo or with saucy nugs. Single item at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Right now, get up to a $15 gift card after rebate when you purchase select Superstart batteries exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance, 687-8200.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Hour number 2 begins. We have 2 hours to go. We invite you to join us at 865-656-9900. Appreciate all the interaction and the discussion about the issue that continues, players faking injuries in college football, as there will be a discussion later this month. After last month, the idea came together at the American Football Coaches Association convention in Charlotte that if a player has to go out due to injury, he has to sit out the rest of that drive unless a team uses a timeout to get him back in. There can be some exceptions to that, but there will be the NCAA Football Rules Committee meeting later this month where they will continue the discussion, and we'll continue to invite your thoughts. Randy suggested if a player fakes an injury, then just make him lay there. They lay there until somebody scores on either team. Then they can get up and leave.
What is it, nap time in pre-K?
Maybe so.
All right, little Timmy, you gotta stay on that mat. Little red and blue mat. Tim, you got to stay right there, Timmy, until nap time is over. And
nap time is no joke.
Everybody is up. Then you can get up off the mat.
Yep.
I mean, I guess you can treat it like practice when the player gets hurt. All right, guys, move it down 10 yards. Riverside. Practice got to continue.
Yeah, well, you only get so many hours in the week for practice, I believe. So I think it's been a pretty productive show so far here in the first hour. We've at least made some progress in the discussion about what to do about faking injuries. Swain helped us figure out that Tennessee basketball broke Kentucky last Tuesday. Kentucky came to Knoxville and won, and has not won since. Lost at home to John Calipari's Arkansas Razorbacks team, and then lost last night, looking bad in the process, losing at Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, 24 assists. One turnover. That one turnover was like midway deep in the second half. So Kentucky couldn't even force a turnover in the first half of basketball. So, yeah, man, they won the Super Bowl against Tennessee. Haven't been able to win a game since.
So pretty good theory there by Swain. With what's going on with Kentucky basketball, Tennessee will host Missouri basketball tonight. 7 o'clock tip-off at the Food City Center. You can watch the game on the SEC Network. You can listen to the game right here. We'll have all network coverage at 6:30.
It's going to be a good one. I mean, Dennis Gates, his teams are mentally tough. They play really good defense as well, too. Them boys have the freedom to let it fly and shoot, create off the dribble. And that's the type of player that he likes in his offensive system. We've seen that the last couple of years. They don't give up. I mean, there's talk about Dennis Gates being SEC Coach of the Year, which is weird to me. I think that's Bruce Pearl, but Dennis Gates should be right there in the conversation for sure.
Arkansas at Texas is another game to pay attention to. That's a late one, 9 o'clock tonight at the Moody Center. But Arkansas at Texas, can the Razorbacks get something going here? They're still 2-6 in SEC play, so they have a lot of work to do if they want to try to be an NCAA tournament team. Texas is in a good position right now, but need to keep that going. So they're at home against Arkansas. That's a 9 o'clock tip. They'll play after Tennessee and Missouri tonight in the SEC.
Speaking of Arkansas, when Arkansas played Kentucky, what was the rooting interest for Tennessee fans? Because you have this dislike for Kentucky, but you also have this dislike of Calipari, who was at Kentucky, and just because he leaves Kentucky doesn't mean you just automatically start liking him again.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder how Tennessee fans watched that basketball game last week.
That's a good question. I think the outcome that we saw is probably the funniest for Tennessee fans because you see disappointment for Kentucky, and while in that moment John Calipari and his players get to celebrate, you know that they're still 2-6 in the SEC and having a tough time.
And you beat them. Down.
So I think what happened was probably the most enjoyable all-around outcome for Tennessee fans. It's also not working out for Jonas Adu on the court at Arkansas. He played 10 minutes against Kentucky, didn't score, came off the bench. I don't know exactly what's happened there, but it has not worked out. Basketball-wise.
He's paid, though.
Yeah.
He certainly got paid, but yeah, he just looks out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Looks out of place.
He looked like he had no role in the offense when he played here, and
I mean, he
was
have
probably
a role.
affected by.
He had a role here. He gave the ball to him on the block.
No. I'm sorry. When Arkansas played at Tennessee.
Okay.
No. He had a role in Tennessee's offense.
Yeah. So
when he played at Tennessee at the start of SEC play, he touched the ball a few times. And I guess he got in foul trouble early and had to come out, but he did not look like he was a factor in the offense at all.
Yeah, he looks lost out there, man.
So I feel for him, but I
don't.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, that's the choice that he made.
He did make that choice. I probably would have made the same choice, having heard what he was paid to go there. But
you've been, ooh, sweet. Woo! Pig Suey Ward. That would be you?
I'd be the one. I'd be cooking the pigs in the blanket at the Super Bowl party this weekend.
You ain't supposed to cook the mascot, Josh. But yeah, I probably would have made that same decision. We all would have made that same decision.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted here.
Like what was it, a 300% pay raise? We're all making that same decision.
In the text box, John in Maryville says making players sit out is a great idea. It gives time for a true evaluation if they're hurt. Shannon says, why is it a bad idea if a hurt or injured player sits out? Swain, wouldn't you agree? Sometimes you need to protect players from themselves.
Well, sometimes I don't need to be protected from myself. Sometimes I just got the breath knocked out of me, and I'm okay to go back in 2 or 3 plays. You know why? Because that's happened before. I don't need to sit out the whole drive.
Yeah, not all drives are the same length.
No, like if I get hit at my own 25-yard line and I'm good in 3 plays, you mean tell me I can't go back in?
You still have a medical staff that's involved with whether a player can go back in or not. You're not breaking your ankle saying I'm just going to put some dirt on it and go back in there. The medical staff's going to hold them out. So there's still a medical team involved if there's a real injury that occurs.
You do understand, like, nobody is probably more qualified to talk about this subject than me, because that's literally my job during the game. The Vol Network is, as soon as a player goes down, I have to go find out his status. What's the injury, and will he be back? And so I'm sitting there watching him like a hawk, go into the tent, come out the tent, his communication with the physician, seeing if he can walk it off, if it's a lower extremity, if he got taped up or something like that, see him work with the trainer, try to work on running and jogging. And there are some times, like I watched Nico go into the tent, and then, boom, he came back out and played. Now, gas pipe gassed him more, threw a pick all.
He went Leroy Jenkins.
I mean, my goodness. But if gas pipe would have had a real drive where he's driving the ball, and we get down to the red zone, and Nico's okay by then, Nico could have went back in.
And he let that go.
But goodness gracious.
Now, those are good points. Wrap up the segment with this. Chip says you're either a Vol or you're not. I've heard that one. Ryan says, for me, I wanted to see Kentucky lose. I didn't like Calipari because he was at Kentucky. I respect him, though, because I see the respect Barnes has for him. Good point there. Yeah. Conversely, I have no respect for Kentucky. So
okay. I mean, it was cool seeing the crowd be so distraught.
Yeah. They had a tough time with it.
Yeah.
And then another text says, Zach Edey broke Jonas Adu. We'll come back. Austin Price, VolQuest.com. We'll talk Tennessee football with him, Tennessee football recruiting, right here on Josh and Swain.
Everything is more expensive than ever before. Well, except for the sports animal. Always free on the air and on the stream. Always. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford. Locally owned and operated. They have locations on Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike. Next door to each other, Kingston Pike, you'll find Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln. So 3 different locations where they can help you find the vehicle that you are looking for. At each location, the priority is the customer experience, helping you find the vehicle that you need, helping you save in the process, helping you take advantage of low interest rates they have available right now. If you're in the market for a truck, check out the different options they have, the Ford F-150 lineup, the Ranger, the Maverick, different Ford F-150 trucks, and the Ford F-150 Lightning that is available, as well as Super Duty trucks that you can find. Different SUV options, the Ford Explorer, the Ford Expedition. It's a great time to shop the Lincoln Navigator at Ted Russell Lincoln. You can save big time with low interest rates. Over the life of that loan, you can save tens of thousands of dollars. And you can shop right now on Kingston Pike or Parkside Drive. You can start online at tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
Nothing makes sports better than mouth-watering food. Drive down Sutherland Avenue or Lovell Road. Pull over to that fresh, amazing smell coming from Gus's world-famous fried chicken, and you'll find that out for a fact. Gus's still fries chicken the way it was meant to be, using their proprietary 50-year-old recipe out of Mason, Tennessee. It's so good that GQ magazine named Gus's one of the top 10 meals worth flying for in the U.S. If you love fried chicken, and what Vol fan doesn't, you have to try Gus's world-famous fried chicken. Game day packs and catering available. Open 7 days a week.
Life can be hard. But your shower shouldn't be. Step inside the AquaClear soft water shower and wash away the worries with a sauna-like experience.
AquaClear, I love you.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Key of Knoxville on Callahan Drive. When you're looking to make your next car purchase, think about these things. Rusty Wallace Kia's fantastic selection. We've got more cars on the ground than we've had in years. Think about the incredible warranty with our exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. And think about the excellent service before, during, and after the sale. You'll get it all when you choose Rusty Wallace Key of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket.
It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed. Please donate now to help people affected by the 2025 California wildfires.
Go to redcross.org to help.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us as we continue on this Wednesday afternoon. Tennessee and Missouri, 7 o'clock tip-off tonight. Scheduled to be joined by Austin Price of AllQuest.com. You'll hear him when he hops on. We'll talk some Tennessee football. There is a vacancy with Tennessee's coaching staff. We'll see what the latest is there as Tennessee has to replace Mike Eckler. Tennessee working on recruiting and getting ready for an important spring to prepare for the 2025 season. So we'll talk about all of that with Austin Price of AllQuest coming up momentarily. Saw this news, by the way, Swain, in the world of college football. Former Panthers and Commanders head coach Ron Rivera is going back to college. He is going to help his alma mater, Cal. I think it's going to be kind of a personnel-type role. Waiting to see specifics. But Ron Rivera said, hey, Bill Belichick's going to college. I'm going back to my school. So he's going to go coach or play some kind of role at Cal. How about that?
All right.
Maybe we'll see more of that. More pro coaches kind of at the end of their run saying, I'll do a little bit of work in college before I wrap things up.
College is pros. Pros is college, I guess.
That it is. We are joined by a true pro. He is Austin Price of VolQuest.com. Austin, good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, what a segue.
Did you like that one?
Very impressive. Very impressive.
Thank you. Hey, Tennessee's in a position where we haven't seen a lot of coaching changes over the years, but we've seen a few. And often Tennessee is promoted from within, with Josh Heupel as the head coach. Mike Eckler going to Nebraska. Do you think this is another promote from within opportunity, or where do you think this leaves Tennessee with the one opening right now on the staff?
Yeah, I mean, the natural move here would be to promote Coach Chop. Coach Chop had been on the road recruiting all through the month of January. Coach Eckler was not on the road recruiting. And so the natural move here is to make Coach Chop the Leo's coach. I would say they would handle special teams a little bit differently. You probably go out and you can either, like a guy like Evan Crabtree, who's been on staff helping with special teams the last several years, maybe you give him a bump in pay and give him more of a title. Or, maybe you go out and hire a special teams coach, because there's no kind of rules on the number of assistant coaches you can have, and they can all be on the field now. Like, it's not in the old days, they all kind of, stand off to the side, and then when the media left, the coaches would go out there, and then everybody realized, well, there's no way to really police this. It's a stupid rule. So they changed it, and so I think you would see them give the special teams role to somebody else. And it wouldn't be like whoever replaces Mike Eckler, does outside linebackers and special teams. And Coach Chop makes the most sense to be promoted. Of all the promotions that Coach Heupel has done here, during his 4-year run, this one probably makes the most sense out of maybe any of them.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com, is with us. What is the biggest focus right now with 2026 recruiting? Today is actually a signing day for the second signing period for the 2025 class, but Tennessee has been on to 2026. What's the biggest focus or attention right now for 2026 recruiting?
Well, it's just about continuing to build your roster. I don't know if there's a singular focus, but, Tennessee obviously wants to, add some key pieces up front. I think to add to the defensive line is very, very important, to this staff. And so, when you look at, defensive linemen like Keyshawn Stansel from the state of North Carolina, J.J. Finch, you got edge players that Tennessee's in good shape with, like a Zach Groves, who's out of the mid-state, Rodney Dunham. I think those are important. Braden Rouse, linebacker out of the state of Georgia, also very important. But, so are, a high-end running back like Savion Hyder or Amari Latimer. Both those guys are very, very important. So Tennessee at this point in the process, just trying to, continuing to build off what is already an impressive start to their 2026 class with some key guys already committed.
Going back to the coaching staff, AP, a couple guys on the staff had expiring contracts, strength coach along with DB coach and Willie Martinez. And Willie had a 1-year contract the previous year. Why did Willie only get a 1-year contract last year to now have his contract now to be expired? Kind of what's the situation there, Willie Martinez?
Well, I think you're looking at, much like Mike Eckler, had Eckler, wanted to come back, I think Eckler, would have been back on another 1-year deal, much like Martinez. And so that's kind of where you're at in the process. Both those coaches are, going to have an opportunity to come back, or at least, Willie Martinez is, now that Eckler's moved on to Nebraska. And then, he'll be back on likely another 1-year deal.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com. Austin, Tennessee is in training mode, off-season workouts, getting ready for the spring. How important will this spring be, do you think, for Lance Hurd, as Tennessee's in a big transitionary period with the offensive line? Hurd's at least right now, the only projected starter coming back for 2025.
It's a big spring. It's a big spring for the offensive line in general, whether it's those young guys trying to prove themselves, whether it is Lance Hurd in year 2, Wendell Moy or Sam Pendleton transferring in, David Sanders as an early enrollee true freshman. The offensive line, I think, is more talented. It is a deeper unit than at any point during Glenn Ellerbe and Josh Heupel's tenure. But I do think there are some questions there. Now, if the questions get answered, I think all of a sudden you look around and go, man, they are really got a chance to be really good up front. But, what does David Sanders look like? How quickly can these transfers mesh and become a thing? What happens with Andre Carrick? I mean, he should probably hear sometime this week whether he can win this appeal or not. The first couple of rulings haven't went his way. Does that change this week? We'll see. And then what about these younger guys? What does Jesse Perry, William White, Max Anderson? What does some of these players look like? Bennett Warren, Gage Ginther in their second year or second spring in the program.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com. So if Karch were to come back, and I guess it's maybe not trending that direction, if he were, would Pendleton stand more likely to be the center? Do you think? What would that look like if Karch were to somehow win his appeal?
That's my take on it, Josh. Just because Sam is, I think, open to playing center, he was able to, he played some center at Notre Dame. Smart kid. That one probably makes the most sense to me. And then you just let Wendell Moy and play Dragons, and Andre plays where he played a year ago, and there's your interior offensive line. But at this point, who knows what happens with that whole situation. I wish I could predict it, but that stuff you can't predict it. If you think one minute you think there's no chance and they do, and then you think there's a great chance and they don't. So, we'll see what happens there. But Tennessee's got depth. I think they've got talent. They just got to answer some questions along the offensive line.
Florida flipped on his Kenan Banny, the corner from Tennessee. Kind of what happened there? Is Tennessee looking to kind of replace that spot that's now open?
They're not really replacing. I mean, with today's being signing day, there's not many players out there that you can go get. Now, could Tennessee add somebody in the spring portal window with it? Maybe. I think this spring will be big for a lot of positions. Does Tennessee look at a linebacker? Do they look at a corner? Do they look at a safety? Do they look at another running back? I don't think they're going to look at another running back, but those other spots, I think they'll definitely add a receiver. I would be shocked if they go through spring and don't add a receiver after spring. But those other spots, I think it really just depends on how these young players come along. Do they show you enough? Does Trey Poteet and Ty Redmond and some of these younger players, Caleb Beasley, do they show enough to warrant not going for some defensive back help in the spring? Just because your premier corner, or at least one of your two premier corners, is out right now with injury, with Jamad McCoy. So I think, a lot of it will depend on how they look this spring as to whether they look to replace him. But, with Onus, it's just one thing where he just, started taking visits and he just kind of, spiraled the other direction.
Austin, you mentioned the wide receiver position. If Tennessee is able to land another receiver late in the spring, do you think it's more likely it's an experienced receiver? They added Amari Jefferson, but he did not play this past fall. Do you think they're more likely to add somebody that has played a good amount, or what do you think there?
That would make the most sense to me, Josh. I mean, to add experience, because right now you have 7 receivers, 4 of which have never played a college down. 2 of the other 3 have played bare minimum, and then Chris Brazzell. And then, as for spring, they don't have Joakim Dodson. He's not going to be here. And Amari Jefferson is going to be limited at least early on in spring practice after the hip deal. So you're looking at 5 scholarship receivers when they start spring ball. So I think it, and I know that this doesn't help you for spring, but I think even going into the fall, I think you would like to add experience if you're going to add something, and not a player who is yet to really do anything.
What do you think the ideal number in that receiver room is for this staff, maybe this year? Because just add them 1 during the spring, puts you at 8, and there's been other years where you've operated with more numbers in that position.
Yeah, you've operated with more numbers, but I mean, realistically, they don't ever rotate that much because of the tempo and that type of thing. And even when they didn't use tempo this year, they still didn't rotate as much. So I don't think you have to have 10 or 11 receivers in there. You just got to have receivers that are going to be able to functionally help you in practice and in games. And I think the number minimum is 8. Like again, I think it would be not smart if you added nobody. So I think we'll kind of see where they are coming out of spring. But again, I think you're looking at least one, and preferably I think you want to add somebody that's kind of been there, done that a little bit.
And I ask that because in the past we've seen bigger receiver number rooms, and even though you didn't have those guys playing, those scholarship players could be impact players for your own special team. So that way you were not playing as many walk-ons as Tennessee had to play the first couple of years. Now with Eckler, moving on and Heupel going into year 5, do you see a situation where Tennessee is playing less walk-ons on special teams? Maybe we see less fair catches on kickoff returns and possibly move to having Evan Berry type of mentality as far as kickoff returns and trying to go score.
I wish I knew the answer to that.
Okay.
I do think that there's more depth on the team, more quality talent on the team. And so you would think that there would be a spot. Now, is it receivers that are playing a bunch of that, or is it DBs that are playing a lot of kickoff return? I don't know. But I mean, I do think that sometimes the fair catch is the prudent play because, it just is. But then sometimes you need a spark on special teams. And so I think, there's probably a happy medium there to try to balance.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin, before you go, do you miss this day being about all the action? It used to be that first Wednesday in February, back in Swain's day. First Wednesday in February was all the recruiting action.
Yeah, I mean, I do in a lot of ways. I mean, even when they first made the early signing period, there was so much kind of stuff. I mean, even the one in December is just kind of,
yeah.
It's just not the same. So, yeah, I mean, I do, but I'll say this. I mean, I think the whole recruiting game has changed just from a standpoint of, like, NIL is such a factor with kids. I mean, I can have a nailed as a reporter, or Matt Ray can have nailed as a reporter, or whoever, and you end up being wrong because somebody makes a call in the last hour and says, "Hey, I'm gonna give you another $150,000," and kid goes somewhere else. And so I mean, like it's the whole the way you cover it, the way you talk about it, it continues to morph, and so thus I think fans' interest in it is different now than when Swain went through it.
Yep, I totally agree with that. The calendar's moved up as well, so they're in the action right now. You can read the work from Austin, from his colleagues at VolQuest.com. Tennessee football, recruiting, and the other sports with basketball and baseball about to start up. VolQuest.com to read, watch, and listen to all the coverage. Hey, Austin, thanks for the time as always. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Austin Price joining us as all guests do on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline.
Yeah, I mean more scholarship, more scholarship players. Fifth recruiting class, coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Should mean more athletes on special teams. You were really hit with those, sanctions and number reductions because of the Pruitt era, but you certainly understood why all the fair catches, right? You had 4 and 5 star players who were freshmen and wasn't getting on the football field going up against walk-on players for Tennessee, and that's just never a good matchup in Tennessee's favor. But now as you are entering year 5, you can put some of those really good players who are not ready to play on offense and defense. With the ones, you can put them on special teams and possibly get some returns.
Yeah.
So I just kind of look at special teams and kickoff return in particular as a weapon now than it was in year 1 or year 2.
Yeah, a chance to be the aggressor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We'll continue 865-656-9900 if you'd like to be a part of the show on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 These Sports Animals' biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of sports animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly sports animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
Fourth-ranked Tennessee welcomes number 15 Missouri to Knoxville for a top 15 SEC showdown tonight. This will be Tennessee's 5th consecutive game against a top 15 opponent. The Vols are coming off a dominant win over Florida on Saturday. The Tigers are coming off a win over Mississippi State over the weekend. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on The Sports Animal. Other games in action tonight, number 24 Michigan welcomes Oregon at 6:30. Second-ranked Duke visits Syracuse at 7. Number 17 Memphis hosts Tulsa at 8 o'clock. Number 23 Illinois visits Rutgers at 8:30. In the NBA tonight, 7 o'clock, Hornets welcome the Bucks. Pistons host the Cavs. Hawks meet the Spurs. 7:30, Nets host the Wizards. Heat visit the Sixers. Raptors face the Grizzlies. Timberwolves take on the Bulls at 8. 9 o'clock, Jazz host the Warriors. Nuggets take on the Pelicans. Thunder face the Suns at 9:30. Kings meet the Magic at 10. NHL tonight, Bruins host the Rangers at 7. Blackhawks face the Oilers at 9:30. Kings meet the Canadiens at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Temperatures are dropping, and if you're starting a DIY project this winter, you need cold weather building materials. A.G. Hines Company in downtown Knoxville has everything you need, materials, tools, and more than 100 years experience to answer your questions and help you get the job done right. Make them the best first stop you can make when it comes to your winter construction and do-it-yourself projects. Visit them in-store or online at aghines.com. A.G. Hines Company. That's AGHEINS.com.
It's Junk Be Gone's 20th anniversary celebration. This February, enjoy $20 off any full-service removal or driveway dumpster rental. Locally owned and operated by Mike and Tracy Such, Junk Be Gone has proudly been the #1 junk removal company for the past 2 decades. They've removed hundreds of hot tubs, swing sets, sheds, garages, lawnmowers, decks, and more. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, rent a 15-yard driveway dumpster, the perfect size for remodeling, roofing, or just cleaning out the garage. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for the past 20 years. Citra SY 231049. Price 21,750 kicks. RL 583956. Price 19,995. All offers with approved credit. Double offer up to $2,500 in the form of a discount.
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Hey, Tennessee, Scott Gropp, Oak Ridge Nissan, and love is in the air. Be our Valentine during our President's Day sale with deals like this. Get up to $8,000 over Kelly Blue Book so we can pay your trade off no matter what you owe. What, you want a lower payment? Okay. Get into a Nissan Sentra or Nissan Kicks for $269 a month. Or how about interest rates as low as 0% APR? And for the month of February, Oak Ridge Nissan will double your down payment or double your tax return. That's double crazy. With deals like this, I should run for president. Don't be Cupid. Make that 10-minute drive and save thousands of dollars during Oak Ridge Nissan's President's Day sale, and that's why
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan. You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Tennessee fans, SEC action is underway at the Food City Center for Vol Hoops.
Fires a 3 over the top and hits from the left wing.
Multiple games are already sold out. Don't wait to get your tickets to catch the Vols in action with exciting SEC matchups in the Food City Center this season.
Gets the outlet pass and slams at the other end. Relentless pursuit of the basketball by Tennessee.
Don't wait. Tickets are going fast, so buy them today and join the fun. Visit allvols.com.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier, and it's Wham Dougal time at Frazier's Carpet One.
Frazier's, I like your style.
It's February, and everyone's fancy turns to floor covering. And just in time, Frazier's Wham Dougal sale is there to meet the need. Carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile and plank, ceramic, and more. Fraser's is packed to the rafters with it all. So, it's time for our once-a-year Wham Dougal sale. Slap a dap a ding dong. If it's in stock, it's on sale. So, if you're even thinking about new floor covering, now is the time to call Fraser's at 546-4850. And we'll come to you with free in-home estimates and in-home shopping.
Frasers, Frasers, Frasers. I like your style.
It's a Wham Dougal of a sale for the floor from the store you trust more, Fraser's Carpet One.
Fellas, let's talk about getting back to your best. If you lack energy, muscle mass, or have low libido, it could be low testosterone. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer, and you'll find true experts at Low T Center. But guys are not all the same. Learn about the personalized treatment at Low T Center and the results you can expect with customized TRT. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 referral credit when you refer a new patient. So go to lowtcenter.com to book an appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Results may vary.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Really warm, but still a ton of cloud cover. Mostly dry during the daytime, apart from a few sprinkles. But some upper-level moisture brings light rain and a few thunderstorms late into Wednesday night, and then especially early in the day on Thursday, but staying way above freezing. Heavier pockets of rain early Sunday and next Tuesday. From the WVLT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
Cadunza European Auto Repair. KUDUNZA. 2 locations to serve you. Middlebrook Pike and Alcoa Highway. Online at cadunza.com.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1 The Sports Animal proves it. Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Once again, voted one of the top 25 sports midday shows in America by Barrett Sports Media.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Thanks to Austin Price for joining us last segment. We'll talk a little Tennessee football as the Vols are in a period right now where you're going through winter workouts, getting ready for the spring. Tennessee coaches have gone through their winter period of trying to add players. They added 4 players in the transfer portal. Austin told us last segment he thinks for sure Tennessee will go after a wide receiver. Defensive backfield is an area to pay attention to based on how the spring goes and, of course, who is available later this spring.
I think for Tennessee, you're always exploring your options and seeing who you can add. Experience is important. I mean, we saw Michigan a long time ago have the Fab Five, where they rolled out 5 freshmen, and they were able to win a lot of games and almost win a national championship. That don't work in football, where you can just roll out a whole team of young, inexperienced players and expect to have the results that you want to have coming off a college football playoff berth. So, I mean, if you can add some experience in key places, you certainly want to do that.
So something to monitor here over the next several weeks, next couple of months. Tennessee adding 4 players in the transfer portal, 18 players total. That includes walk-ons that departed. I saw a story in The Athletic, had risers and fallers as well as teams in neutral coming out of the winter portal window, and it had Tennessee on the list of teams falling. But the write-up was not harsh. It said there's a chance maybe they can still make a jump based on what Nico's able to do. He can be an equalizer. But 18 out, 4 in, and questions remaining at a few positions. I wasn't surprised to see Tennessee on the list of teams falling back because it also factored in that Dylan Sampson went pro early, James Pierce went pro, and those are very talented players, all SEC, All-America level players that Tennessee has to replace.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you have good players, man, they leave, it's always going to be a challenge to replace good players. And you try not to replace a good player with one player because that's difficult to do. And so you look at the running back room, and trying to replace Dylan Sampson with one player is hard to do, and not fair to whoever is going to be the starter for Tennessee this year, because they're not going to be Dylan Sampson. So as a group, you have to be better. I mean, you look at other areas on this football team. We have to replace a single player like a James Pierce, and so you do that by committee. And I think Tennessee has the players to be able to account for what James Pierce posed against offenses, that threat to rush the passer. And Tennessee certainly has a lot of players that can do that. They're stepping into some different roles. They were young last year, but coming into this role, there's a few of them that can be in the rotation and pose a threat to rushing the passer. So it's just really hard, man, to replace one good player with another one good player. It doesn't happen a lot.
Yep. A committee of players stepping up, but Joshua Joseph's coming back, Tyree West coming back, Caleb Herring being a year older. All of that will help Tennessee up front on defense. We will come back, 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. More Tennessee football talk, hoops ahead of tonight's game between Tennessee and Missouri. It is NBA trade deadline week. Swain, there is a VFL on the move. We'll update you there. We have a lot to cover. We appreciate you being with us right here on Josh and Swain.
At Chafee, we believe your home or business should be a place where comfort and reliability come together seamlessly. With our comprehensive HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services, we ensure your systems work flawlessly, giving you peace of mind and exceptional comfort. Chafee Air and Plumbing is an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning customer care dealer, and they are ready to assist you. Trust in our innovative designs that are engineered for comfort. Call 865-381-4414 or visit coolingheatingplumbing.com.
Temperatures are dropping, and if you're starting a DIY project this winter, you need cold weather building materials. A.G. Hines Company in downtown Knoxville has everything you need: materials, tools, and more than 100 years experience to answer your questions and help you get the job done right. Make them the best first stop you can make when it comes to your winter construction and do-it-yourself projects. Visit them in-store or online at aghines.com. A.G. Hines Company. That's AGHEINS.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. DRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-5576. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-5576. That's 800-575-5576. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
In sports, the team with the biggest number at the end of the game wins. If you're in the commercial real estate market, NAI Cola RM Moore has some big numbers to share with you. 40 plus years in business in East Tennessee. Over 20 brokers with 470 years combined experience who closed 348 transactions in 2023, resulting in over $209 million in total volume. And in property management, NAI Cola RM Moore manages over 3,750,000 square feet of property. Experience wins. And experience is the reason NAI Cola RM Moore is #1 and the largest commercial real estate firm in East Tennessee. They get results, and their success comes from their clients' success. So cross the goal line a winner in commercial real estate with the NAI Cola RM Moore team. Call 865-531-6400. That's 865-531-6400 and online at colamore.com.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket. It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed.
It's knowing someone cares.
It's feeling safe.
It's a today that's better than yesterday.
Every dollar you can spare helps so much more than you can imagine. Donate now to help people affected by the 2025 California wildfires. Your support is urgently needed.
Go to redcross.org to help.
It's time for the coolest thing you'll do in 2025. Get Freezing for a Reason and support Special Olympics at the 2025 Knoxville Polar Plunge. Saturday, February 15th at the Pilot YMCA. Plunge as an individual or a team. Costumes are encouraged and prizes will be awarded. Whether you jump, run, or tiptoe in, you'll be helping us build a cooler community for 18,000 plus Special Olympics athletes in Tennessee. Learn more and register at polarplungetn.com.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. We're on social media at Josh and Swain, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can sign up for the free newsletter we put out Friday mornings, joshandswain.com, to sign up once a week each Friday morning. Swain, the NBA trade deadline will take place tomorrow. There's a move that won't get a ton of attention, but Tennessee fans might be interested. The Boston Celtics are trading Jaden Springer and their 2030 second-round pick to the Houston Rockets, according to Shams Charania. We were talking about Springer earlier today because I saw a tweet last night from Bill Simmons, noted Boston sports fan, big media personality, complaining that he wanted to see Springer play more because of how good he was defensively. And then today he is on the move. So Springer moving to the Houston Rockets, another quality team there in the Western Conference, but a move involving a VFL Jaden Springer.
And last time I checked, the Rockets were like second in the West.
Yeah, they're good. They blew it last night against the Nets, partly thanks to Keon Johnson. He had a big three in the final 10 seconds or so that kept them in it, and then they won the game after a turnover by the Rockets. So, Springer is going from one of the top Eastern Conference teams to one of the top Western Conference teams. Those guys are still so young.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're 22. They were here in 2021. So, Springer and Johnson still have a lot of basketball in front of them. Jaden Springer is on his way to the Rockets. He won a ring last year. He was a part of the Celtics when they won the NBA title.
Yeah, Rockets third in the West right now. They're on a 4-game losing streak, which is why they went from second to third in the West. But that's a really good spot for Jade Springer. I mean, it really is. I know the Celtics won and all that good stuff, but he has a chance to play, and he has gained a lot of experience during his time with the Celtics, during his time with the Sixers, that will help him fit in very well there in Houston. And that's a pretty awesome city too, in my opinion. So I think he'll like it down there.
Yep. So move there. The Bucks made a trade with the Wizards earlier today. Chris Middleton, who helped them win a title, he's on the move. So something to pay attention to in the sports world here for the next 2 days is the trade deadline, with eyes still on Los Angeles. They need to add a center. Dalton Knecht had a big game for the Lakers last night in a win against the Clippers. I think he scored 14 points off the bench.
Oh, I feel so bad for Chris Middleton. He went to the Wizards.
Yeah, I wonder if that's one move to the next. Will they ship him off somewhere else again to some other team that's not awful?
They need to. Don't do him like that.
Yeah.
He don't deserve that.
We'll see.
He don't deserve to play for the Wizards. That's not right.
Tennessee, Missouri, 7 o'clock tonight, Swain. Vols at home against Mizzou. The 5th straight game for Tennessee against a team ranked in the top 15.
I won't say I'm nervous about this game, but whoo boy. I hope folks are not looking at this game going, oh yeah, that's Missouri, we're good. No.
Not an automatic win.
No.
Do you want to know what Ken Palm says?
Well, Ken Palm said we're going to win because last time I checked Ken Palm, they had us losing 3 games the rest of the season, and it wasn't.
This is not
Missouri.
one of them.
Yeah.
Ken Palm has Tennessee by 9, which is close to what I think the point spread is.
Yeah.
So Ken Palm gives Tennessee about an 80% chance of winning. 80 is not 100, though, so Tennessee needs to be locked in. Missouri is a team that can score. They are 14th in the country in offensive efficiency. Not terrible on defense. They're 43rd in their defensive rating. somebody that Ron Slay mentioned yesterday. We can hear some of those comments in our final hour, but Caleb Grill coming in, he is shooting 49% from three for Missouri. And they have some other guys that can shoot. Anthony Robinson is over 40%. Tamar Bates close to 40%. So they have some guys that can shoot. Tennessee better be ready. Don't allow shots like Tennessee did against Kentucky last Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't think they shoot a lot of threes, but, man, they are shooting, especially right now, at a really good clip from the three-point line. Their defense, you just read out their defensive rank, but they're one of the best teams in the country at generating steals. So you got to protect the basketball.
7 o'clock tip-off. Tennessee goes for a second consecutive win. They've played 3 straight games at home, or will have after tonight's game. Got to hold serve at home. Can't go 1-2 when you have 3 straight at home.
No, we win at home, man. I mean, that's one thing we have done. Great record over the last couple of years. I expect that to continue to tonight. And then who's next? Oklahoma?
Oklahoma on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll smack Oklahoma.
You feel good about that one?
I watched Oklahoma play last night.
They got smacked.
They're smackable.
Yeah, that's an early tip. It'll be 11 o'clock local in Norman.
You think Heupel's going to go to that game?
I don't.
Why not?
Well, he probably has some other things to do.
Like what?
Well, he's running a major football program, Swain.
I mean, let's
probably
not
watch on TV.
Let's not pretend like he hasn't gone to away games before.
That's true. He could hop on the jet and go to the game, be back home by middle of the afternoon. So maybe he'll be there. Maybe he will.
Maybe he won't.
Be quite a show. Josh Heupel comes rolling into the gym. I'm sure Rick Barnes would appreciate that, too. We'll come back. We have 1 hour to go right here on Josh and Swain.
His Security and Technology, your one-stop shop for all your security and technology needs. We offer state-of-the-art security systems to protect your home or business, as well as cutting-edge technology solutions to enhance your daily life. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing top-quality service and support. Contact His Security Technology today to learn more about how we can help you stay protected and connected. 865-474-9495 or visit hissecurity.com. In God we trust, all others we monitor.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and we're heading into February. Lots of big games going on. Are you ready to make some money betting on sports, or are you just betting to have fun? My clients want to actually turn a profit, and now is the time to get signed up for the entire year. Go to FatJackSports.com. Yes, you can get the predicted final score this weekend with the best bets and the top prop bets, or you can win all year long for less than $100 a week. FatJackSports.com, the only place you need to go to build profit all year long betting on the games. That's FatJackSports.com.
Let's see, landscapers I can afford. All right, searching affordable landscapers near me. Here we go.
Right here, sir. How can we help?
It's the same ones I saw last time.
Sir, we're right here and reasonably priced. Why is he not seeing us?
It looks like the ugly yard stays.
Sir, can you not see us?
Nope, he can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local landscapers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
It's basketball time in Tennessee, and Tennessee Roofing Specialist loves to support the Vols and UT fans, so they would like to offer you a 10% discount during basketball season. Tennessee Roofing Specialist is your local roofing expert, specializing in new construction, remodeling, and commercial roofing, and committed to providing outstanding service at a price that won't break the bank. So if you're looking for an affordable, reliable roofing company, visit TennesseeRoofingSpecialist.com for your free estimate today. Tennessee Roofing Specialist, your roof, their reputation.
Citra SY 231049. Price 21,750. Kicks RL 583956. Price 19,995. All offers with approved credit. Double offer up to 2,500 in the form of a discount.
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Hey, Tennessee, Scott Gropp for Oak Ridge Nissan, and love is in the air. Be our Valentine during our President's Day sale with deals like this.
Get up to $8,000 over Kelly Blue Book so we can pay your trade off no matter what you owe. What, you want a lower payment? Okay.
Get into a a Nissan Sentra or Nissan Kicks for $269 a month. Or how about interest rates as low as 0% APR? And for the month of February, Oak Ridge Nissan will double your down payment or double your tax return. That's double crazy. With deals like this, I should run for president. Don't be Cupid. Make that 10-minute drive and save thousands of dollars during Oak Ridge Nissan's President's Day sale. And that's why
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan. You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
For your big game party, you better pump into Total Wine and More for a guaranteed win. We've got thousands of bottles down every aisle, and prices so low they're gonna make you smile.
Drink responsibly, B21. Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a Colonial with high ceilings, hardwood floors, and a peaceful neighborhood. And you found it. Now, every Saturday at 6 a.m., you get to wake to the sound of your neighbor's leaf blower. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
For your big game party, you better pump into Total Wine and More for a guaranteed win. We've got thousands of bottles down every aisle, and prices so low they're gonna make you smile.
Drink responsibly, B21.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute. Normally, the main matchup at a Super Bowl is quarterback versus quarterback, but this has been a different kind of NFL season. Both the Chiefs and the Eagles want to run the ball, especially Philly. You can't say this game comes down to Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts, because if Hurts throws for 130 yards, that's a good thing for the Eagles. It means they didn't need him. We always make it about the quarterbacks, but the reality is that could end up being a subplot on Sunday. I'm Andrew Perloff.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance. 687-8200.
Back to begin hour number 3 of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Jason Swain is here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward, and we get to begin this hour heading over to the Mid-State. We say hello to Braden Goff from 440 Sports. He's back from Mobile with Senior Bowl week last week. Braden, good afternoon. How are you?
What's going on, boys? How we feeling? How we doing? Everything good?
Is that a tan?
Is that a tan?
Did you get a tan down there in Mobile?
Tan Braden from down in Mobile.
No, first of all, I do tan very quickly. It makes my wife very angry, and I hold the tan forever. But, no, it was you got a little sun on the face a little bit, but no, that was about it.
Okay. That's become a big week, right? I saw Jim Nagy bragging about how many NFL GMs are there, but Senior Bowl week is a big week.
Yeah, it's big gossip, man. A lot of tea down there. A lot of scouts with GMs, with coaches, with college coaches. Like all the SEC guys were walking around, of course, on Tuesday and Wednesday. And it's just, you talk to your media buddies you run into. It's just all gossip, and you don't really know what's going to happen after all the interviews are over, which is about 9 o'clock at night. That's when the real fun starts, and all you're doing. It's very similar to media days where you're just it's combine's not much different either. It's all, what do you know about this? What do you know about that? What do you know about this? And so it's a lot of fun because if you like ball, it's just all rumors about ball. Like it's about coaches, it's about scheme, it's about Cam Ward, it's about Sanders, it's about this coach and that staff and this NFL team and that college team. It's just a lot of fun to be down there. But you never know who you're going to run into. That's for sure.
Was there a major SEC-related talking point, or what stood out when SEC or college football-related conversations were happening?
I think there's a lot of, and I don't think this is probably specific to SEC, but I did hear this from coaches sort of in different ways and for different reasons and motivations. But there's just a lot of like, what are we doing in our sport? Like the House settlement's coming in April, right? The judge is going to rule in April on the almost $3 billion House settlement. You've got a playoff that could change every single year for the next 3 years in terms of the rules and regulations. You've got how are coaches handling prioritizing roster positions, resources within those roster positions. The fact that signing day's today, right, boys? Like I don't even know. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh crap, it's signing day. I got started working at a recruiting company, working for this industry, and now it's such an afterthought. I think almost every coach is just sort of like, well, what do you think about this? How do you think Ohio State did that? Or what do you think about Georgia doing this? And I just think it's a lot of questions about how it all works. And it's not that they don't have insight. It's not that they don't know. I just think there's a lot of people trying to still figure things out from like a structural standpoint down on the granular level. And so I find that to be fascinating because I don't think many people have answers even inside the business.
You have any answers about the Titans and what they may do at number one, trade down or use that pick?
I mean, they're not a good football team, and they don't have a lot of great players. So, trade down, collect a bunch of picks if you can. Maybe stockpile draft picks in next year's draft class. I think we talked about this last week. I think the draft is best between picks 20 and 100, and they have one pick in that window. They need about 5 picks in that window if they want to get better. And so they've got to trade down, in my opinion. Abdul Carter's a great player. I think he's probably the best football player. Travis Hunter might be a generational talent. I don't think either quarterback belongs at number one. The Titans want you to think that both quarterbacks belong at number one, of course, because it's all must-lie season by everybody. They're not telegraphing it, but I feel pretty comfortable having talked to Mike Borgonzi, the general manager, and Callahan, the head coach, last week, listening to their press conferences from a couple of weeks ago that says, look, we need 30 picks in 3 years and 12 top 100 picks, and we need generational talent with the first pick, and we've got to find a quarterback. None of that screams draft a player at number one who may not be, worthy. So we'll see. It's all smokescreen. It's all must-lie season. My goal, if I was in charge and hey, Braden, you can do whatever you want, I'd want to move down to 6 or 7 with the Raiders and the Jets. Maybe the Jets try to go get Garrett Wilson out of the deal, stockpile some more picks, and honestly, I might move back again after that. See if one of your guys falls to you at 6 or 7, and if it doesn't, move back again. 12 to 18 range. You can still get a good receiver, a good pass rusher, a good offensive lineman, whatever it might be. Trade down as many times as possible. Collect as many picks as possible.
And then you would go get Sam Darnold?
Honestly, I would. Here's what's interesting. I don't know if I would like that. I mean, 3 years, $90 million or something like that? I don't think he's worth that. I mean, it's the going rate. I would go get an even cheaper option and be honest with the fans and just say, look, we are in a deeper rebuild than we expected. I do think that the new power structure, Chad Brinker, Mike Borgonzi, and Brian Callahan, sort of the guys in charge now since the changes last month, I do think they've been preaching a different tone, which has been patience, and we've got to go rebuild this thing. I think they're being a little bit more honest with the fans. And, I mean, Derek Carr on the cheap. Do you want to go get a veteran that's not really that good, knowing full well that gives you a chance to get Arch Manning next year? Drew Aller, whoever else might be coming out, top 5. You could have worse strategies than to be bad again and try to go get that number one pick again. We saw it with The Browns, they went Myles Garrett, Baker Mayfield, I think, back-to-back. The Jags kind of screwed that up. Instead of taking Aiden Hutchinson, they took Trayvon Walker, and then they got Trevor Lawrence. Like, we've seen teams go, and I think the Bears actually had the first pick 2 years in a row and then traded one of them. So we've seen it happen, and it's sort of how you can kind of kickstart a rebuild is to be bad 2 years in a row. So we'll see.
Breaking Golf, 440 Sports, would you wear a brick-by-brick Titans shirt?
Absolutely. Are you kidding? Like, I would wear a shirt that has, like, especially on signing day, just like a 5-star heart. Like, I would just have that. I would just wear that everywhere. But I also enjoy, like, I'm not really a troll because I'm not particularly good at it, but I do enjoy it from time to time. It's not my nature, but I do enjoy it. So watching the world burn every now and then. Like, I normally am a kumbaya kind of guy. Like, hey, we can all get along. We all like each other way more than we think. We're all much more alike than we think that we are on like Twitter and the internet. It's not nearly as bad as we think it is, but like every now and then I'm just like, just a shirt that's all bricks, you know? Like, I could have some fun with that.
I want to see a 440 Sports merch line based on Butchisms. So brick by brick for the Titans rebuild. Instead of we don't want first round picks, we want first class players, something like that.
I don't remember. I wish I could remember where this was, and I meant to tweet about it, of course. I want to say it was like maybe it was the Ohio State Notre Dame game. Maybe it was an NFL playoff game. I cannot remember. Maybe you good Tennessee fans could tell me about this, but I'm pretty sure I heard Herb Street say something close to like championship hearts. Like, oh, they've got championship hearts. Something along those lines. And I immediately was like,
oh, Kirk.
Hanging out in Arkansas these days, huh, Kirk? Or something
Kirk.
like. Again, I can't remember if it was him or not, but I heard somebody say it on a broadcast about how they only want players with championship hearts or something like that. And I just was like, oh man, that's a deep cut right there. I would love to do a merch line that is all college football coaches' most bizarre press conference moments. Mm-hmm. Like like I'm a man, I'm 40, you know, Mike Gundy, like Dan Hawkins.
Go play intramurals.
I used to work with Dan Hawkins, and he hated that like I would use that on the air. Like we would do shows together, and he was always like, "Braden, you don't understand." He'd go to commercial break, and he'd be like, "You don't understand. Like I was doing that out of passion for my player, and like now it's just a joke." And I was like, "Yeah, but it's funny, coach.
It's hilarious. Yeah,
it's funny. Go play intramurals, brother." It was just there's so many of those that are out there. There's a lot of Harbaughs lately that we could use.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff that could turn into merch for sure.
Yep. All right. Well, we put together a little business idea for Braden Gall and 440 Sports this afternoon. So talk Titans there. Tennessee Volunteer fans, how do you think fans should feel right now in the position they're in, just going through the offseason, coming off a playoff appearance, but then, of course, the conversation turns to, now what can we do? What can be next? How do you think Tennessee Volunteer fans should feel right now with the position they're in and what they hope for the future?
I think there's a lot of reason to be bullish and excited about the program writ large. I don't think there's any reason to be concerned about the program. Look at Auburn fans, look at Oklahoma fans, look at LSU fans, Florida fans just coming out of the hot seat conversations. Like, there's nothing to be worried about big picture with the program in general. I think this particular team is an interesting one to try to analyze at this stage of the roster management process. It's still going to be very different by the time we open camp. You got to get your best player healthy. The quarterback has to take major strides forward. And, you know, I think there are teams that are surging into this season that are going to be just as dangerous as they were last year, if not more dangerous. LSU is going to be better. South Carolina could be better. Florida could be better. So there's a lot of teams that are sort of stepping forward. Tennessee's losing so much veteran leadership, especially along both lines of scrimmage, that they're going to need to find some pieces.
Certainly capable.
Going to have to rebuild the skill position players, certainly probable and capable. And most importantly, the quarterback has to take a major step forward in terms of, like, I'm going to take control of the games now. It's now on me. I leaned on all these veterans while I was learning to be a starting quarterback in the SEC last year. All these guys along the offensive and defensive lines. I had an eight-year starter or whatever it was at linebacker for the first half of the season. Like, there's so much old there, wisdom, experience. He's going to now have to be that. And is that good enough to get you into the top 15 again? Maybe. I would lean towards a South Carolina or an LSU or an Alabama right now, but I think that there's still lots of upside. So I'm sort of cautiously optimistic about the season, but I'm very bullish on the program, and those are two different things, I think, right now. There's just so much to be decided between now and camp for all these teams that it's hard to – like I think we had Tennessee at 12 or 13 in our preseason sort of way too early top 25 at Athlon after the championship game. That's going to change dramatically, and I think a lot of teams that are in that like 20 to 30 range are going to surge into the top 20, kind of like last year, Miami, Iowa State, Boise State, a lot of these teams that were sort of outside the top 25. Well, by the end of the day, we sort of felt like, oh, these are top 20 teams, and so we'll have to see. I think they're more like 15 to 18, and I think they're more like 6 or 7 in the SEC, maybe 8 in the SEC. Last year, I felt better about the team because of the veteran leadership.
Braden, you're one of those list maker guys, especially during the off season. With Bill Belichick coming into college, when you guys do top college coaches and y'all rank them, where would you rank Bill Belichick?
Like in the whole sport?
Yeah, well, college football, man. I mean, here comes
first of
arguably
all,
best coach ever coming to college. Where would you put him?
I resent the listicles comment. I do not like listicles. It is not my thing. I don't do it. I do long form conversational podcast, digital broadcast radio, because I think that's where you learn the most stuff. So enough of that crap.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm offended personally by that question.
I apologize.
It's interesting because like Kirby Smart is the guy right now, and like Kyle Whittingham still being at Utah, I think makes him like a really, really, like I think he's one of the best coaches in the country. There's a lot of really good coaches, but there are none that have sort of that elite. I mean, Ryan Day's top 5. There's a handful of guys that are up there, and there's a lot of eye of the beholder. If you like a guy who's sort of overachieves at a program like Kansas State, then you probably love Chris Kleiman, like the way I like Kyle Whittingham. If you believe in sort of just success and just resume, well, like Dabo Sweeney's got to be up there. Brian Kelly's got to be up there based on just resume and just that kind of stuff. If you're talking about who's the greatest scheme guys, like Steve Sarkisian needs to be in the conversation. So I don't think we know about Belichick. I think he's going to be pretty good at managing roster with his GM background. I think his impact on the players on the ground will be big time. Because when you are that good at motivating and developing and coaching, I think it's even more apparent the lower you go down. Like Belichick in the G5 would be, he would be able to dominate, I feel like, fairly quickly. North Carolina's tougher. Like it's a tough job and a tough conference, a lot of potential, but he's going to have to maximize all that potential. They've invested big time in him. Maybe the greatest NFL coach of all time, hasn't coached a game in college. I don't know how you can call him one of the greats that there is, but guy knows how to coach ball. So I wouldn't bet against him being good. How good? That's I think the big question.
Yeah.
Braden Gall, 440 Sports. What can people check out right now, or what's coming up?
SEC Football Live every Wednesday. We're back on sort of a regular schedule now that I'm back from Mobile and the season's over. So we'll be back today, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 3 o'clock Central Time. Myself, Stephen Godfrey, live on the 440 Sports YouTube page, of course, there. You can also catch us on Facebook and Twitter, but all across the podcast apps as well. All the other 440 Sports shows, though, in full swing, covering the Tennessee Titans, the Nashville Predators. I can't remember the last time a city had 2 number 1 overall picks, but the Predators are trying hard to get the Titans and the Preds to the number 1 pick in the draft. So we've got you covered if you care about hockey, if you care about the NFL. And then, of course, Nashville SC season starting up, so we got Club and Country there. Lots of stuff for you guys covering all things sports in the state of Tennessee, both college and professional ranks. So check us out, 440 Sports. 5 stars, all that stuff. If you do not give us a 5-star rating, you are a hater.
Hey, if you guys over there in Nashville get a WNBA team, Tennessee Summit, then you have to add that to the network too.
Dude, I love that name, by the way. I would absolutely. First of all, like I want to be part owner of that team. Like I want to go in with Peyton and the crew because that is as good an investment as you can possibly have in this country right now. I want to say those franchises were worth like $25 million, like 10 years ago. Now they're worth like $500 million. It is going to do absolutely astonishing numbers if they get approval. They got a billionaire owner. They got a great stadium for it. I have long been saying baseball's not coming. I have long been saying that women's soccer is not coming, but the WNBA will be here, and it will be incredibly successful because of the work Pat Summitt did for so many years and because the city's situation right now. WNBA, I'm all in on that, dude. I got 2 girls. Like, sign me up. It's awesome. I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to be a part of the group, too. Swain, can you get us in?
I mean, I
got
be
like
a part
one
of the
unit
group,
for
but
you.
I don't think I'm going to be able to. I mean, what am I going to do? All right, Peyton, here's your $25 million. I'm going to add my $25.
Well, Peyton
Make it
Manning is
happen.
wealthy. He has nothing on Bill Hasnell.
Correct.
Like everybody always like, oh, A-Rod, what a huge contract for A-Rod. What a huge contract for so-and-so. What a huge contract. It's like, no, I want to be the guy who pays Alex Rodriguez. Like, I want to be that guy. And Bill Haslam, he doesn't need any help. But, I'll take one unit. I'll take one, like, $20,000 unit. Give me one unit. Give me, like, 0.5% ownership, like Jay-Z or whatever. I'm good to go.
I'll do that.
I got a whole briefcase of IOUs I can hand deliver to be a part of it. 440
I will go into
Sports.
debt. I will go into debt to get a piece of Caitlin Clark coming to
$250,000.
town.
You want to hang on to that one. Hey, big things happening in Nashville. They're covering it. 440 Sports. Braden, we appreciate your time as always. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yep. Be good, boys.
Braden Gall joining us here at the start of hour number 3 of today's Josh and Swain.
Bill Belichick, where will he land on coaches list this offseason, man? It's going to be something to monitor.
You're a troll, by the way.
How? What do I do now?
You're trying to create a brick-by-brick campaign for the Tennessee Titans? I heard what you did.
Braden's the one who said that it's a bigger rebuild than what they originally thought.
They got some work to do there.
So
Yep.
there's only one way to get your fan base to understand that and buy into it. Let them go to Lowe's and Home Depot and buy bricks and decorate them.
The fans would understand for sure.
Exactly.
Get a new coach, new quarterback. As a Chicago Bears fan, start making fun of others. Shameful.
No, I didn't start it, man. Remember those Titans fans that was talking trash to me before the game?
That season opener, I do remember.
Season opener?
I do remember.
And I was like, y'all better not let the Bears win.
Receipt keeper.
I'm going to be on you.
Jason Swain. He's a VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward, 865-656-9900 if you'd like to be a part of the show on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 The Sports Animal's biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of Sports Animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly Sports Animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
You're either in or you're out. And some things need to be kept in. And some things need to be kept out. Whether it's for safety, curb appeal, or privacy, Cantrell Fence Company separates the in from the out. Aluminum, wood, vinyl, or chain link, we can meet your needs. Let us help you keep what's important in and the rest out. Get your instant estimate today at CantrellFence.com.
Hey, Ball Nation. Kirby Connell here. For 5 years, my coaches, teammates, and our incredible fans have helped shape my love for baseball in this city. Even through wins and losses, for 5 years, Sevier Heights has helped shape the way I view church. So whether you bleed orange or you're new to Knoxville, if you're looking for a church that loves this city as much as I do, check out Sevier Heights on Alcoa Highway at 9:15 or 11 o'clock on Sunday mornings. And if you're a college student, swing by the walk Sunday nights at 8. Find out more at sevierheights.org. Go Vols.
Life can be hard.
But your shower shouldn't be. Step inside the AquaClear soft water shower and wash away the worries with a sauna-like experience.
AquaClear, I love you.
And now, a Progressive ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big with Progressive. This has been a Progressive ad from Progressive. See if you could save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. I mean, mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Good old East Tennessee, we know family, hard work, and helping your neighbors still means a lot. I'm Nick Whitehead with Whitehead Auto Sales in Alcoa and Knoxville. Our family-owned and operated business is celebrating our 20-year anniversary. Our pillars are those three items: family, hard work, and helping your neighbor. Experience the difference of why we've been voted #1 in Blount County for years now, and why we've expanded to Chapman Highway to help even more. Visit whiteheadautosales.com or come shake our hands for a deal you can't find anywhere else. 20 years from our family to yours at Whitehead Auto Sales.
Make 2025 your year of transformation. We're excited to announce that Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center is now called Covenant Health Fitness Center. The name has changed, but you can experience the same great service and 5-star amenities you've trusted for years. Jump into more than 85 energizing group fitness classes each week. There's an indoor heated pool, an indoor basketball court and racquetball courts, and indoor and outdoor tennis, plus pickleball, and a spacious running track inside, plus all the strength and cardio equipment you need. Parents can enjoy complimentary childcare with family memberships and specialized fitness programs just for kids. No long-term contracts when you sign up, just month-to-month flexibility to fit your lifestyle. Visit today at the corner of Pellissippi Parkway and Kingston Pike. Experience the Covenant Health difference where your wellness journey begins. Stop by and sign up for your free 3-day trial at Covenant Health Fitness Center. Call 531-5000 to ask any questions at Covenant Health Fitness Center, your partner in lifelong health and wellness.
Always on, always free. Stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com. All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Still have an attaboy to hand out this hour. Appreciate Braden Gall joining us to begin the hour. Doc texted it and said, what do you think about trading down for multiple picks, first-round picks this year, next year, multiple seconds and thirds, and then going with a vet like Joe Flacco or even Gardner Minshew and getting a protected top quarterback in 1 or 2 years, projected top quarterback? Yeah, I mean, there are a number of names we can run through. There is a chance that, despite how the season ended, Sam Darnold ends up being too expensive. But Carr's an interesting name. There'd be zero expectation of him helping succeed, probably.
And you still want a top 5 pick, so you got to get a quarterback that you know is going to stink.
Yeah. Well,
and Derek Carr's a good candidate.
That would do it. That would do it.
Yeah, he's a good candidate. So I mean,
Minshew would do the trick.
Yeah, you don't want to pay a lot, but you also need to lock down, opportunity to get it in that top 5. Because, look at the Commanders and what they have been able to do with the number 2 pick. Joe Burrow, the Bengals was terrible the year before he got there. I mean, they had number 1 overall pick. Burrow gets there, and then boom, in a quick amount of time, they're competing at a high level. So you still want that top 5 pick so you can get the quarterback that you want.
Aaron Rodgers?
No. He needs to retire. He don't care about football. He don't want to play football, man. You're the quarterback, and you didn't do the OTAs or whatever, and you had your quarterback, Garrett Wilson, calling you out. How are you going to be a quarterback and not show up to those things on a new team where you have to get the chemistry down with your receivers? Him not doing that, let me know he's not serious about football. He don't want to play. So I would not bring in Aaron Rodgers if I'm the Titans.
Randall texted in, any idea where Hendon Hooker will be next season?
We haven't talked about it, but when they signed Teddy Bridgewater out of street clothes, the Detroit Lions, and we saw him play in the playoffs, I was like, that is not good for Hendon.
Not a good sign.
And this wasn't the first time they signed a quarterback.
Right.
After Hendon was there. So, yeah, to me, it just doesn't look good for Hendon. Which, hey, that doesn't mean that he can't play at the NFL levels, 31 other teams. But his time in Detroit doesn't look optimistic with him bringing in Teddy Bridgewater, who was coaching his high school football team all season long and didn't even play this season. They brought him off the streets.
Yep, out of the high school weight room. There's also a story today, Boston Sports Journal, where you can read it. Greg Bedard writing about the Patriots potentially considering putting Joe Milton available for trade. He had a strong performance in the regular season finale. He was a 6th-round pick. We know about his physical attributes. So Greg Bedard writing about the possibility that Patriots could dangle him out there to see if a team is interested in giving Joe Milton a look.
You know what's crazy? This might sound real crazy. I think Joe Milton has a higher ceiling and a better opportunity right now in the league than Hendon Hooker.
He might.
I mean, just based Joe went out there his rookie season, and he had Patriots fans upset that he played so well. They didn't have a higher pick. No, Hendon, Detroit, and they go out and freaking bring in Teddy Bridgewater off the streets. I mean, Joe got that big arm. You know how those coaches are at the NFL level. They'll be like, yo, I can do something with that.
Greg Bedard wrote that some league executives believe the Patriots could get up to a 3rd-round pick for Joe Milton.
Dude,
and
that's high value.
That they may benefit if they decide to make him available because this year's quarterback class is not that strong and has a lot of players, a lot of question marks. The teams might say, why don't we take a shot on this guy with the physical attributes? He looked good in the regular season finale, and they might be willing to put a pick or two up for Joe Milton. So
that's what I'm saying.
Something to keep in mind. You might get an opportunity.
I don't think you're going to hear a team willing to give the Lions a 3rd-round pick for Hendon.
No.
So, I mean, Joe has a high ceiling right now. Which,
He does.
hey, that's good, man. I'm happy for him.
Good for him.
Both guys are in the league. Both of them getting paid, so I'm happy for both of them. But I feel like Joe has a pretty big upside when you compare it to Hendon right now.
We'll come back here on Josh and Swain and Attaboy to hand out. Thanks to Native Design in our next segment. Ron Slay on what to pay attention to with Missouri tonight. All of that in the next half hour of Josh and Swain.
The 99.1 The Sports Animal podcast channel is presented by Vols Snacks. Check them out today at volssnacks.com.
Need a new roof? You need Mo Shingles. Need new siding? You need Mo Shingles. Mo Shingles, locally owned and operated with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and over 100 5-star reviews. Free estimates, moshingles.com, 770-0506.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
4th-ranked Tennessee welcomes number 15 Missouri to Knoxville for a top 15 SEC showdown tonight. This will be Tennessee's 5th consecutive game against a top 15 opponent. The Vols are coming off a dominant win over Florida on Saturday. The Tigers are coming off a win over Mississippi State over the weekend. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on The Sports Animal. Other games in action tonight. Number 24 Michigan welcomes Oregon at 6:30. Second-ranked Duke visits Syracuse at 7. Number 17 Memphis hosts Tulsa at 8 o'clock. Number 23 Illinois visits Rutgers at 8:30. In the NBA tonight, 7 o'clock, Hornets welcome the Bucks. Pistons host the Cavs. Hawks meet the Spurs. 7:30, Nets host the Wizards. Heat visit the Sixers. Raptors face the Grizzlies. Timberwolves take on the Bulls at 8. 9 o'clock, Jazz host the Warriors. Nuggets take on the Pelicans. Thunder face the Suns at 9:30. Kings meet the Magic at 10. NHL tonight, Bruins host the Rangers at 7. Blackhawks face the Oilers at 9:30. Kings meet the Canadiens at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. If you run into a plumbing issue Get in touch with the professionals at Wilson Brothers Plumbing. We have relied on the pros at Wilson Brothers at my home. They have helped us with both a project that we planned as well as a problem that we ran into at our home. Wilson Brothers Plumbing will provide the highest level of professionalism in every interaction that they have with their customers. That's the focus. They come to your home, they come to your business. They want to make sure that you are taken care of the right way and that whatever need you have is addressed correctly. They have a team that follows a set of core values that includes working with integrity, promising excellence in the work that they do, collaborating if needed to make sure whatever job has to be done is done correctly. Let Wilson Brothers Plumbing provide you with the best plumbing service around. They can help fix a leak. They can help with replumbing your home. Wilson Brothers Plumbing. You can call Wilson Brothers at 865-415-1537 or visit the website wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
Check out the Valentine's Day sale going on right now. Get 2 rooms of carpet clean for free with 2 rooms for $109 when you mention me. Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal. Log on now, online, ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Frankie Valley and the Four Seasons. The last encore tour is coming to Knoxville. Friday, February 14th at the Knoxville Civic Auditorium. Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss this chance to see Frankie Valley and the Four Seasons live. Presented by Big Springs Entertainment.
During basketball and all seasons, choose Coors Light, the official beer of chill, inside Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center. When things heat up on the hardwood, reach for the beer that's made to chill. You'll know your Coors Light's perfectly chilled because when the mountains turn blue, it's as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for peak refreshment. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Tennessee Athletics. Always cheer loudly and please celebrate responsibly.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report live at Mellow Mushroom, 903 Parkway in Gatlinburg.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Do you know what the scariest sound to hear on a factory floor is? Silence. That means something somewhere broke. Production has stopped, and now you're paying your workers to wait while the team troubleshoots and tries to fix the problem. Finally, there's a proactive way to reduce equipment downtime, thanks to MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset management system that brings your maintenance downtime to zero. MaintainX lets you build preventative maintenance schedules, manage work orders in real time, and access the data you need to make better decisions. Downtime equals death in the production world, so make unplanned downtime a thing of the past. Try MaintainX for free. Control the daily operations of your business and transform your maintenance program by going to maintainx.com. That's maintain in the letter X.com.
This report is sponsored by Tennessee Oncology. Cutting-edge cancer care is coming to Morristown, Tennessee. Tennessee Oncology will open its new clinic location in Morristown in March 2025. For more information, call 888-317-3240. That's 888-317-3240.
Okay, perhaps not record high territory like we were on your Tuesday, and there's a lot more clouds, but we're still real warm on Wednesday at 67 degrees with isolated sprinkle during the daytime. Better chance of rain is overnight into the wee hours of Thursday morning. Then a little cooler later this week, but still pleasant. For the WVLT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
Bring a whole new meaning to your backyard barbecue with a new deck. Tennessee Home is your local trusted deck and fencing specialist. Call today for a free, no-pressure design appointment at 865-304-0955 or visit them online, tennesseehome.us.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Next to VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. Tonight, Tennessee will host Missouri with a 7 o'clock tip-off at the Food City Center. Missouri is ranked number 15 in the country, coming off an impressive week. Last week, Missouri beat Ole Miss at home by 8 points and then went to Mississippi State and won 88-61. Missouri has a win at Florida. Missouri beat Kansas earlier this season. Missouri is a good basketball team, and we'll come in thinking, hey, Tennessee just had a big game against Florida. Here's a chance for another big win, another one on the road. So Tennessee cannot take Mizzou lightly. Yesterday, Ron Slay, during the sleigh ride, explained why. Here's what he had to say about what Missouri brings to Knoxville.
Missouri's a really good team. They could be probably the sixth man of the year. Caleb Grill coming off the bench. Man, and I mean shooting from the parking lot. As soon as he enters, this young man here, you could tell why they were so hurt last year when he was injured and wasn't able to play. But he set out, got healthy, and man, this man came back with a vengeance. And I think also, man, you got to look. Tamar Bates is a guy that's keeping this team going, can do it all on the perimeter, can go down low just a little bit, but athletic, can cause problems out there. Anthony Robinson Jr., like they got so many guys. Williams that transferred from Texas, Mark Williams, they got a lot of guys, man, and can interchange spots, can make it hard on you when you're switching positions as far as guys being guarded. And then this is the other thing. They take on the personality of their coach. Dennis Gates stood there, man, on the front line last year and won no games. Didn't cry about it. You know what I mean? Kept telling each other, the team, man, we trying to stay together, figure out a way to fight, figure out a way to finish it. He did not waver. So if y'all think for 1 second that this ain't a prideful man and he ain't keeping receipts and remembering all the beatdowns that they took, they want to end like South Carolina is this year. Like they were so close to getting victories and couldn't pull them out. This year, he came back fully loaded, and it's a testament to him, man, to be able to, in this climate, to get guys to stay and to be able to go to the portal and get guys to join them on a team that won 0 games and still be able to get your message across. He's out for blood. Like, he ain't going to say it. Dennis Gates, great, humble guy. But, man, if you know him, Dennis Gates, he don't forget. He coming from the Atlanta Hamilton tree. Like, them dudes some warriors down there.
Ron Slay yesterday during the sleigh ride talking Tennessee, Missouri tonight.
You remember that scene in Friday when Smokey said, write down, take a picture. I don't give a heck. That was what I was thinking when Ron was talking about Dennis Gates taking notes and not forgetting the beatdown that they took in the conference last year. Okay, write it down. Take a picture. We got Zakai, Ziegler, and Meshack.
Zakai's back tonight. Igor Milicic back tonight. Tennessee back to full strength, at least with the current players they have.
Listen, they should feel that way. Missouri should feel that way, with a chip on their shoulder. But if you are Tennessee, you should feel a certain type of way too. You have to say whatever you have to say to yourself to motivate yourself. And I remember Missouri smacked us upside our heads 2 years ago a couple times. And so there were some players on this team that was part of that smack. It's going to be a good game tonight.
Some coaches have kept those names in their back pocket. It's a good place to put the list.
Back pocket list.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Dennis Gates, he might keep his in his front, though.
He's smooth.
The way Ron describes it. Oh, I like Dennis Gates.
I like him, too.
Yeah, he real smooth. I like it when he get on the reps, too, man, because he don't tell you anything.
7 o'clock on the SEC Network, 6:30 right here with Vol Network coverage before the game starts. We come back with one segment to go. We'll hand out our attaboy. We'll come back and wrap things up here on Josh and Swain.
Guys, ever had a bad experience in the bedroom that totally threw you off? It messes with your head, your confidence, and suddenly it's all you can think about. Next thing you know, you're avoiding trying altogether because fear of failure is just too much. That's where Men's Pro Knoxville comes in. They've been helping men overcome ED, whether it's mental, physical, or both. Their proven personalized treatments have some of the highest success rates out there. No awkwardness, no judgment, just real results that bring back your confidence and that connection. It's important to get your ED treated quickly so that it doesn't get harder to treat down the road. Men's Pro Knoxville has treatments that online pharmacies only dream about. So don't wait another night wondering if things could be different. Call Men's Pro Knoxville today at 865-544-8220 or visit menspronknoxville.com. Your consultation is discreet and could be the start of something incredible. 865-544-8220 or visit menspronknoxville.com. And let's make tonight unforgettable. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
The team that works together wins together. As the Lady Vols pursue victory on the court, the professionals at Wallace Real Estate are also bringing big wins to buyers and sellers. Whether you need an assist in selecting a home to buy or you want a slam dunk marketing plan to sell your home, Wallace Real Estate is ready to score for you. Find a teammate with the skills you need at wallacetn.com. That's wallacetn.com. Wallace Real Estate, serving East Tennessee since 1936.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Hey, Mom, I've been meaning to talk to you about some new COVID information I saw online.
Uh-huh.
I read that black folks like us with certain conditions like diabetes, heart disease, mental health conditions, or being 50 and older, like you, are at high risk.
Boy, you sound like a commercial.
I'm just saying. I know you love your ginger teas and essential oils, but remember, there are treatment options for COVID-19.
I promise if I get sick again, I'll call my doctor to ask about my options.
Visit WeTalkWeRise.com to learn more. Brought to you by Pfizer.
According to the Oxford Dictionary, the definition of a habit is a settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. Fitness Together's team of certified trainers specializes in helping their clients create a habit of exercise and nutrition that they won't quit. My trainer, Austin, at the Bearden location, has certainly done that for me. I look forward to improving each and every session. Visit KnoxFT.com, schedule your free fit consultation today, and get 3 free training sessions when you mention the sports animal. That's KnoxFT.com.
See website for details. BillsHappen.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
Free on the radio, free on the app, free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. Thanks for all the interaction today. We had a lot of good feedback on what to do about these fake injuries in college football. Still some work to be done, but conversations will take place later in the month, Swain, and
some point.
I'm sure somebody will get to the bottom of this.
Make him lay there for the rest of the drive. My favorite one.
That was my favorite too. Randy, I think, had that one. Just hey, leave him there.
Just gotta lay there. Just
you gotta lay there until somebody scores.
Nap time. Stay on that mat. Little kid can't get up. Make that injured player just lay there.
If you want recess time later.
Yep. That was my favorite.
Hey, we'll hand out an attaboy in a moment. Saw this news officially earlier today. This is good for Knoxville. Great work by Visit Knoxville, as the Bassmaster Classic will return to Knoxville, Knox County in 2026. We hosted it in 2023. It's Super Bowl week. This is the Super Bowl of bass fishing. And Glenn Jacobs shared that in 2023 produced an economic impact of $35 million.
Woo!
So like that.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
A lot of big events happening in Knoxville. So spring 2026 next year, the Bassmaster Classic will return to Knoxville. Great announcement earlier today by Visit Knoxville. Tomorrow, we will react to Tennessee, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
We'll also have to look ahead to Tennessee, Yukon. Big one tomorrow night for the Lady Vols getting ready to host Yukon.
Yeah, man, Lady Vols been knocking on the door for the last couple of weeks, man. They've been getting really close, losing to some good teams late in games. I know they want to win, and there's no participation trophies and all that good stuff, but that simply means that they're close, and hopefully they've learned from those close losses that's going to help them win one of these games in the future. And hopefully this is the game against the rival, UConn.
Yep. Yesterday's ESPN bracketology update for the women's tournament had Tennessee as a 6 seed. So the Lady Vols would love to get a big win that would help with their seeding here in a few weeks. Beating UConn tomorrow would be big for several reasons. So we'll talk about that coming up on tomorrow's show. Right now, here in the final segment, we hand out today's attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Always remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
Swain, every day we hand out attaboys and attagirls thanks to Native Design. We highlight those doing things well, sometimes in sports, sometimes we step out of the sports world. Where do we go today as we hand out today's attaboy?
Yeah, we go to Michigan, where a Michigan detective went above and beyond to help a man who lost his only means of transportation. This man had his bike stolen, and the detective was assigned to the case. They did not find any leads, and so knowing how much the bike meant to the man, the Detective Presley, took matters into his own hands and purchased personally a brand new bike using his own money. And they show a photo with the detective with the bike, and they presented the bike to the man so that way he could have his transportation again. So I'm giving an attaboy to Detective Presley of the Saginaw Police Department there in Michigan.
Yeah, the Saginaw Police Department shared the photo with a caption with a little write-up included and said that Detective Presley possesses a generous spirit and is renowned for his empathy. Could use more of that empathy. So kudos, attaboy to Detective Presley. We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. If you are looking ahead to the spring, the weather this week has offered a reminder, a glimpse toward the spring. Native Design can help you get ready. They've transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made for 20 years. Great local company. Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. So call 865-310-3256, or you can visit the website nativetn.com for Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist.
I feel bad.
You feel bad?
Yeah, man. God, that attaboy was a reminder. Need to have more empathy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have been making fun of Kentucky like that, man.
You said earlier in the show that Tennessee broke the Kentucky Wildcats thinking that the Tennessee game in Knoxville last week was Kentucky's Super Bowl?
They're struggling right now, man. They haven't won a game since they beat us. They got blown out by Ole Miss on the road. I should have more empathy. The attaboy was a reminder. I got to be better. I'm trying.
How hard you can try?
Very much so, Josh. Very much so.
Okay. Well, here's an opportunity. I was reading online about Alabama fans feeling down after a disappointing football season. They went 9-4. They got blown out by Oklahoma. They lost a bowl game where they just really looked terrible for a lot of it against Michigan. So hearing that about a fan base from your SEC brother, Swain, practicing more empathy, more concern of others, how do you feel?
I'm going to get back with you on that one.
Okay. That's good. Well, you don't want to rush to reaction. Certainly not.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some scriptures to be able to get there with you on that one, Josh.
One good Samaritan is not gonna.
Yeah,
not gonna rewrite.
I'm gonna need more than just one story on the internet. I'm probably gonna need to read a whole chapter in the Bible.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we also have another policy that we try to follow, and that is the policy of honesty. And you were honest with us.
Thank you, man.
Here in the final segment.
I'm trying to be better in 2025. A better version of myself.
Better doesn't mean the best version.
That's right. That's correct.
Better than yesterday. We'll try to be better tomorrow. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. Search Josh and Swain anywhere you get your podcast. You can go back and listen, like with Austin Price and Braden Gall joining us earlier today during the show. Joel Silverberg producing today. Thank you very much. We will be back tomorrow at 12. We will have a lot to discuss. We'll do that tomorrow right here on Josh.